for the first time for reals on StreamYard. We experimented yesterday and we liked this one too. So thank you everybody that joined us for a test stream yesterday. We are live and now it's in my ear. Thank you so much for joining us for episode 92. I am your host, Brainmuffin, the Lifting Nerd, or the one without catchphrase, the catchphraseless one, something like that. All right, joining us with a messy microphone, J Long Dick.
Oh, is that me? Are you talking? It's okay?
Yeah.
Hello, Internet. I'm locked and loaded, ready to go.
All right. A blast from the past has come back to haunt us. Mr. Liquid Metal Pro. Say howdy again.
Mis ancestros eran judíos.
Your ancestors were Houdinis? No, were criminals.
Apparently.
Yes, they were Houdini Americans.
Yeah, Houdini Americans.
They were Jawas. Houdini.
Houdini if you want to live.
Houdini.
Right.
Listen. Apparently they were great cooks, but they were afraid of ovens.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Oh, we swerved into that already.
Right.
And that wasn't even me who made
Good
that.
night, folks. We'll be shut down.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. All right. We'll let Northern Exposure version 2 go next, Mr. Pete.
Too sweet to be sour, too nice to be mean, head shaved fresh like Mr. Clean. Watch out for the medallions. My diamonds are reckless. It feels like Raiders of the Lost Flicks is hanging from my necklace. It is I, it is he, it is me, slim with the tilted brim. P double motherfucking D in the house. E Tepakuyan. What is going on? And right now, my friends, I'm going to toss it over to my brother from another mother because I got nothing left to say. Hey,
What's
Groovinator.
up, ladies and jelly spoons? It's your boy, the Groovinator, the cynical cyborg from RaidersOfLostFlicks.com. Rusty metal endoskeleton on the inside, big fat white guy on the outside. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of something else, but one thing's for sure, I'm guaranteed to ruin your Friday night.
You know that part of him saying he had nothing left to say was a fucking lie. He's gonna say something. Watch.
Something watch.
Well, unnamed ghoul apparently actually listens to my the Twitter feed that I do for this show, and said, according to Twitter, this show was done for good. What a shame you're back. Thank you.
Listen,
No, right?
here's the next one. Also going head to head with can I read it in the soy voice? Also going head to head with WCBS. Too bad you don't have an audience to abandon your stream for theirs.
Thank you very much.
As long as
thank
people are
you.
listening.
Yes, they are doing a live watch party for Captain Marvel. So if you want to be, abusing of your eyeballs, well,
Yeah.
And your ears.
We
Yeah.
got better movies, right, Pete?
Oh, dude. Our
Right.
list of movies for watch parties it's tight.
Yeah, I think
Look at
ours is superior.
Yep.
Iron Eagle is a better Air Force film.
Oh, you're still gonna do one for what do you call shit? What's Unicorn Store?
Oh, dude, we're getting
Yep.
drunk. We're getting drunk and doing
Yeah.
unicorn store.
Well,
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna get some weed that day.
Ugh.
What do you
I want to at least enjoy
I'm
myself.
sober though. What am I supposed to do? I guess I'm gonna have to start doing
punch
drugs.
yourself in the
Yeah.
dick?
What you're gonna do is just enjoy our company.
I'm gonna like try to hyperventilate myself and see if that helps. Yeah.
take our car keys.
Hey, David Applegate's in the chat. Hello, David.
Hey, David.
And wait,
The
we got,
unnamed ghoul.
we got another one. Mock all you want, but it's true.
It is.
Trust me, dude. I won't run out of impressions to rip on you with.
This guy
We know you're just typing to yourself. Hey,
Yep.
David. That's going. All right. So, as is my want, since I'm the host of the show, my first topic is we had another casualty in the war of the beer wars, as they were. A craft brewer, up and coming, one of Ohio's fastest growing. I've had a few of their beers. They're all right. They're up there near Cleveland, if I remember correctly. Platform Brewery decided they would sell their souls to the devil, and they are now part of AB InBev. And there's always an excuse. They always talk about all of this access they're going to get to all kinds of great ingredients. That's always what happens. and inevitably AB InBev just slowly takes over. They did it to Goose Island several years ago. It was a distribution interest, and within 2 years they had a controlling interest, and their beer sales have been going down even in Chicago. So you sell out. This in my book, you sell out to the big guys. I don't buy any of your stuff ever again. I don't mind Dogfish Head merging with Boston Beer Company because there's still two craft brewers. I'd rather see that. I'd rather see consolidation than sell out. So you guys have probably never heard of Platform and don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
I mean, I heard about them right now.
I'm sure it's all very
I
important.
ignored you the whole time.
Did you
Thank
guys
you.
realize that today is the anniversary of when
Are we going to talk about Dave Matthews?
Of course I know about the
Dave
anniversary.
Matthews the Dave Matthews Band dumped 800 pounds of poo on his fans over the side of a bridge.
No,
History was made.
No, it was on. It was on a bridge in Chicago, and those bridges are open, and it went straight into the river. It didn't hit anybody, but it is illegal.
Oh,
That's
illegal.
The legend says that it hit all the fans, and some people got sick. I say print the legend at this point.
Yeah. Who's going to dispute it? No one was around then.
It's a Dave Matthews Band. It doesn't matter if you're a fan of Dave Matthews and you're still admitting it. There's your problem. Crash into me.
You got covered in shit.
I said Dave Matthews Band, deep cuts only.
Does he even have any deep cuts?
Take these chances. No, that's it.
Take his broken wing. All right.
Take these broken wings
And learn to fly again.
I remember that E-Trade commercial.
Yeah. I remember that song came out.
How many different groups have you guys bounced around in?
I'm still stuck on Hush from Deep Purple because it was in the movie last night. So,
all right,
that's such a good song. I was listening. Yeah. I was listening to the Guardians of the Galaxy and Creedence Clearwater music all day.
It ain't me.
It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate son.
All right, who's got our first topic? Are we playing a game? What are we doing?
We don't have Monica. There's no games.
Oh,
yep.
It's all her fault.
My dogs are farting.
What do you say, Pete? Since Monica's not here, do we want to bash on Katie Roberts some more?
We can bash on Katie Roberts. I thought you were going to say pick on Monica. I was like, no.
No, take it away. Because she said, I don't want to talk about, she says, I don't, if I have to talk about Natalie Portman again, I'm going to kill everybody. So she's not here. So, yeah. So we can at least talk about Katie Roberts.
I pulled up the KT Roberts article.
You're a God bless you soul.
Who's Katie Roberts?
Do you want me to
Katie Roberts is a well, I don't want to call her an author or a journalist because neither of those apply.
No.
She's a playwright, supposedly, that writes for The Independent, which is a horrible website. Well, go ahead, Pete.
Oh, so she is basically, if you took Brie Larson, Tessa Thompson, and probably Lena Dunham mixed with a little bit of Amy Schumer and threw them in a blender and run it through like one of those colanders to strain things out, you would get KT Roberts. That's what she looks like.
She be confused with KT Lang or KT Perry.
If a half smoked Misty Light 120 menthol was a person, it would be KT Roberts. I mean, this woman, and I'm sure she is every bit as smelly and miserable as her picture would lead her to lead me to believe. She's the whole precipice of her article. Now that we've got a female Thor, let's topple every pale male and stale superhero we can. I mean, this is just like shit on everybody. You know, that's what her whole plan of attack is.
Monica's in the chat.
Yep. Oh yeah. I'm waiting. I'm gonna get a text message here pretty soon.
Well, Monica, we didn't know you were coming, so we decided that the first
so we didn't
topic
bake a cake.
was the one that you needed. So.
Hey, if you beat me to it, I would say I would have baked a cake. Baked a cake. But no. So the article starts out, stealing a few spots from original characters at the front of the box office race is not only positive, but absolutely necessary if underrepresented actors are to have a fighting chance. So it's just basically screw it. And this just goes along with my whole point that Kevin Feige is the master of the long con. He is the master of it. This dude to coin Dion's phrase, to borrow that from him, he honey-dicked us for 11 years with good movies, except for that last Cat Pan Man shithole that came out. But, I mean, aside from that, we've got really good MCU movies. Even the bad ones were still watchable for the most part. But then he comes out and it's like Phase 4 is just like, boom, woke as fuck, you know? I mean, they turned Thor into Kevin Thor. And so then we get people like KT Roberts writing for The Independent, which I wouldn't use to wipe my cat's ass with. And she's a playwright. And yeah.
Wait, you wipe your cat's ass?
Well, he's old, so you know I'm sitting on the furniture. Trust me. But no, I mean it's just this is. I don't know if you want me to read this article or just kind of summarize it. I don't really want to read through it.
Well, I realize it's kind of last week's news, but since there was no show last week, we're kind of playing catch up. So
yeah, so
sorry,
I'll go through a little bit of it. I mean, it's just superheroes movies are important. That's not an opinion. It's just true. No, they're not really that important. I wouldn't say. I mean, they're fun popcorn movies. I mean, they can have a message, but they're not like any like earth-shattering, shit that's like gonna cause a social upheaval or anything like that. I'm done.
That's what you think, white boy. That's what they're doing.
I guess.
So the masks are completely off now. Everything is, it's all out in the open, and if the normies don't figure it out, and it keeps making money. Dave Cullen had a really good video about go woke, go broke real.
And
so far,
cultural Marx. That's what he said.
Yeah. Well, even in Wonder Woman, there's there were things to replacing men and all this lifting. I mean, it's interesting. He had a kind of a sidebar of someone else's video where a guy goes through all this and shows all this replacement of, I guess you could say, patriarchal norms or whatever. But it was pretty interesting. It's like, oh, I didn't even pick up on that. And
that same article he was reading said basically, well, we try to sneak in a few messages here and there. I'm like, if you really think that if your idea of sneaking is putting two squeaker horns in place of your shoes and tiptoeing through a garden full of dynamite, then yeah, sure, I guess you're stealthy as fuck.
We're sneaky.
So here's part of this. She says, she's like, now, mind you, this is dating back to San Diego Comic-Con. She says, since Saturday's announcement of female Thor, the internet has blown up with people wailing that historically straight white male pool of superheroes is being drained for a more diverse roster. Like they're just being antagonistic with their journalism now. It's not even there's no objectivity in journalism anymore. Like
they're wearing their goal on their sleeve.
It's not even like she says right here. Many can be safely ignored. I saw one person on social media bemoaning the betrayal of Norse myths, a complaint curiously absent from Thor Ragnarok, which that's what people complained about. I'd love to know which myth has Jeff Goldblum swanning around in an orgy spaceship.
Like nobody should ever talk ill of Jeff Goldblum.
But he's not even Jeff Goldblum in the movie. He's the Grand Master.
That man is a national treasure.
He is.
Mm-hmm.
If people would just listen to Goldblum, then there would be no tragedy in Jurassic Park. Just saying.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. They had listened to him in the last one, there would have been no movie.
And I would have been all right.
There probably shouldn't have been any movie. I still haven't seen that yet. I don't want to pay for it. I just don't.
You want me to spoil for you? Because I could tell you right now why you should hate that movie.
Wait. Go ahead, LMP, because we'll just volley these back and forth because my kid loves that. Unfortunately, I've had to watch it 1,000,000 times.
Sucks for you.
It hurts.
I had to watch it too. I thought it was going to be good. All right, so basically there's a plot twist that revolving around this little girl who turns out she's a clone.
Oh, you're talking about that one. Yeah.
The most recent Jurassic World movie. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. If they had listened to Jeff first of all, if they had listened to Jeff Goldblum in the beginning of that movie, there would have been no rest of that movie.
Yeah,
just let them all die.
And of course, he's only in the beginning of the movie because that's all they were willing to pay him, right?
He's in the end too.
He's in the end, but I think they just shot all that at once, and then they
I said, "All right, see you later."
Yep.
He's like, "All right, bitches, I'm here for 3 hours. What do you got? Let's go."
Jeff,
come on.
He's
like, I gotta get back to shooting my apartment.
You guys all can't talk at the same time.
Sorry.
Yeah. So guys, we gotta do this shoot. kind of like that. But so basically, she lets out all the dinosaurs because she says she identifies with them. Wolf. Yeah, that's basically it. And she lets the dinosaurs out into the world.
Let me do the line. She's like, they have a right to live. They're alive, just like me. I was like, oh my god, I want to punch her.
Okay, do that in Korg voice now.
Oi, yeah, they're alive. They're just like me. Yeah, bro. Have a beer. Let the dinosaurs out. Fuck up the whole world. Yeah, fine. Hey,
that would be much more better. Like Shaun of the Dead meets Jurassic Park. Like if you do a Shaun of the Dead meets Jurassic Park movie.
Oh.
Only if it's directed by the guy that did Shaun of the Dead.
Simon Pegg.
No, not Simon Pegg.
No, Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright, yeah. Only if Edgar Wright directs it, then I'll pay attention to it.
That's kind of like World's End, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really didn't like
World's End, Shaun of the Dead. My favorite, Hot Fuzz.
Mm-hmm.
Love Hot Fuzz.
I haven't seen that movie in years.
Oh, that movie's brilliant. Love it.
Yes, it is.
Oh, here it is right here. Listen to this. Okay, so back to stupid article real quick, because this is like the paragraph. This is like if we were playing SJW bingo right now, this is like buzzword heaven. It's ostensibly more reasonable complaints of, I don't mind female, POC, LGBTQ, ABCD, XYZ, ampersand, # plus characters, but why can't they make their own? That nettles me, because make no mistake, we are, and this is a plug for her fucking play right here, right in the middle of this article. Villain Interrupted, my play about super villains in prison therapy, runs at the Camden Fringe in August, highlighting my point perfectly. Original characters, even the ones created by behemoths like DC and Marvel, have nothing like the traction of old favorites, meaning we're starting the race seconds before the big boys cross the finish line. Stealing a few of their spots at the front is not only positive, but absolutely necessary. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, this is
Villain just... Interrupted.
Yep. That's I think if that was like I said, I looked at the cast. It's like her and 2 other SJWs.
Oh, she's actually in it in the play too. So
yes, of course she is.
So she's the line tamer and the announcer and the bearded lady all at the same time. Gotcha.
Oh, you definitely got that bearded lady part right. Look at her.
Oh, I'm the bearded lady. What are you, one of the freaks? Oh, love it. So speaking of that, you already, it's a good segue into your Taiko, Taco, Tuco, Tuco, all his shenanigans. Yeah.
Oh my god.
His punk ass.
So
fuck him and his Irish shirts, and just I don't know, fuck Disney and fuck Marvel too.
He's Kiwi Kramer. That's all Taco Tuesday is. He's a Kiwi Kramer.
So he's basically joining the woke train of let's start shit with the fans and see how much of your lore that we can ruin in less than 5 minutes, and his movie's not even out yet. So he started awfully early. It was like right after the announcement. Wow.
Yeah, his fucking tweet was, "I'll ruin your mythos in a minute, baby." That was his.
I wonder if he's in the Ryan Johnson fan club. Like if he's got a big round poster of it in his room. He's like, I want to be just like you someday when I grow up. I can't do the Kiwi voice like he does. I'll be just like you someday when I grow up.
I ruin. I want to smell like stale almond milk. Yeah, bud. Yeah, smell like stale almond milk and soy. Have a big fucking round head. Yeah, maybe I'll go bald. Maybe look like you moon face fuck. Yeah. Hang on. Wait. There's somebody that wants to talk about Taco Tuesday.
Greetings, Dominions and Dumentites. It is I, Dictor Van Doomcock, future ruler of Earth. Ruin Johnson, or Sir Ruin Johnson of the House of Roundhead, is the most foul, disgusting creature to ever direct a Star Wars movie. Less than him now, we have Taco Tuesday. Harvey, what should we do?
Dictor, we should push the button, TM. There's my dollar store dude talk.
He's live streaming tonight too.
He is. It's
40,000
subs.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I can't even.
About time. I figured he would have been a little higher by now.
So he's basically starting those rumors, and I'm just at the point now where I'm just done falling for the bait. You know what I mean? Because it's like these articles come out, and it's like, oh, he's saying shit on Twitter. Well, of course he is. You know, because everybody's not going to bow down and conform. So therefore, I will set all these piss babies. I'm gonna set all these piss babies straight. I'm gonna tell them what's up.
Piss baby.
I'll show you.
I'll run your miss in 10 minutes.
Oh, what did he say? Oh, what was that one? Hang on. There's one tweet that it's just so it sounds like seriously, Ryan Johnson is like this fat moon face floating phantasm that possessed Taco Tuesday and started tweeting for him. And here's
that old black and white movie where like the rocket goes into the moon face? That's Roundhead Johnson, right?
Yeah,
that was his descendant.
Man in the Moon
movie. Yeah, the Man in the Moon. Yeah, he's a descendant of that prop.
Yeah.
So here's this tweet. It says, I am so this is Jacob Weaver. I am so depressed about this. There isn't a single announcement regarding this movie that I've liked. And then Taco Tuesday says, there, you'll get over it when you realize you don't know you won't till I give it to you. That sounds like something Bill Cosby said.
Right. Just before he drugged him.
Yeah. I mean, seriously.
This is the cinematic MCU equivalent of fuck your couch.
That's what it is. That is Rick James on the couch with his fucking mud all over his shoes. And then he corrects a woman on the name. This Eva Victor says completely normal and makes sense that when Thor is a man, he is Thor, and that when Thor is a woman, she is female Thor. And Taco Tuesday says, correction, she's called Mighty Thor. I mean, it's just like, no, dude, stop. Stop. You had 50,
Mighty.
50
the name
years
Mighty
ago.
does sound kind of like a hipster name now that you mention it.
It
I totally
does.
see that. Yeah.
It does. This like 50 plus years of mythos with this character. They pick a 3-year run that lost over half its goddamn readership to put into the MCU and just like murder the character even further. Like, I like Ragnarok, and now I realize why everybody hated Ragnarok.
Well, my mom seems to think that she's like, I've been through all of these eras. I've watched all this nonsense go, and talking about basically the hippie era and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
This kind of stuff eventually dies out at some point. So the question is, how long will we have to endure? Because I believe her. I believe all this will die out, and someday we're going to laugh about it. But for right now, it's like, really? Everything? That too? Why? Why must you constantly do this?
They just keep doing it.
Yeah. So the MCU is going to lose money too at some point. That's what's going to it's going to have to cost them. I mean, can Disney really afford to lose that MCU money at this point?
Well, if they keep going this way, they're going to because
the company that had the best-selling movie of all time now is financially not sound. Like they're losing money, so there is a problem here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
that was not enough to keep them afloat. I mean, they've got too many pies in the oven, and they can't manage all their properties. So,
well, that's what happens when they tried to. They're basically like just trying to monopolize the entire industry, and they don't have enough tent poles to keep their tarp in place. And
I do agree with you about Kevin Feige doing the long con. Though.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, I people just constantly praise, Kevin Feige, we trust. Kevin Feige is the god among insects, and it's like the guy. All he did was hire talented directors and say, "Okay, you do this movie, but make the lead your superhero." And they did what they were good at. Okay, you know what I mean? It's like Captain America is a good movie, but it's basically the Rocketeer. So what do? They hire the Rocketeer director and say, hey, make that, but I want the character to be Captain America instead of the Rocketeer. And that's basically what it is. He built his empire out of doing that, just basically taking regular movies and putting superheroes into the leads, into the main character slots. It's not really anything all that super original.
Nope.
The only thing that was original was the fact that he made all of them part of one universe.
Yep. He directed a movie. He's the first man to ever direct a movie.
That's right. Yeah. Congratulations. Stunning and brave. Brave and stunning.
Oh. Yeah, I always remember when people would talk about it, I think to myself, but he's so goofy looking. Like, he looks so awkward. I wonder if he's hiding something. And I was right.
Did we lose Pete? We lost Pete, didn't we?
Why we
I don't think so.
Yeah, we
I'm
lost him.
backstage.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Okay, there we go. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
I,
not saying that quite
sorry, I
yet.
wasn't paying attention. I was doing something else.
Of course he was vigorously ignoring us.
I had that independent article up, and it gave my browser AIDS.
Herpes, space herpes.
No, it went right to AIDS. It
Cyberspace
just, fuck
herpes.
it.
So that's all I got to say about Taika Waititi. I'm not going to do a video on him. I just don't care. I'm not going to do any MCU news videos unless it's something that interests me or something I think that I have a unique, like something to say about it that hasn't been said by 50 other people in the Fandom Menace the same day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not playing that game anymore. I believe that all these things are by design. They're just designed to get us pissed off because rage sells at this point, and just whatever you want to do that, want to play that game. I can walk away. I'm used to walking away from franchises at this point. I don't even think twice about it. If I can walk away from Star Wars, I can walk away from anything.
Oh yeah.
Listen, man. Everything right now is kind of like shit in the bed lately, and now
No
that you're
shit.
talking about and it's not even SJW politics. It's just like this corporatism and greed thing going around.
It's the disconnect between the customer and the company that makes the products. It used to be the customer was always right, and you need your customers in order to sell things, and now it's like, nope, we're going to tell you what you like, and if you don't like it, then you are wrong, and we're going to tell you you're wrong.
Yeah, we'll tell you you're wrong in every.
I don't
we'll
remember that
insult
business
you.
model ever working in history, and it's not. It's
It
not working
doesn't.
now, and it's never going to.
It doesn't. This is the debate I used to have back in the early days of Gamergate. I'm like, listen, people are not thinking about what used to be the business model. You got to keep your customers happy. That's really what it's about, and you're pissing off customers. Watch this is going to backfire on a lot of companies, and it's starting to. And honestly, I think
look at a nationwide economic collapse if you don't watch it. I mean, the cinema is dead. I mean, just cinema in general is dead. It's a dying business model.
Mm-hmm.
I
no back stealing Solo. Oh wait, it's already over.
Yeah, when are you going to get your comic?
I don't know. Whenever it comes out.
I know it was supposed to be out in February.
Which one's going to come out first, Stealing Solo or Cyberfrog?
I think Cyberfrog's going to come out first.
Cyberfrog is shipping.
Hang on.
Is it shipping now?
Supposedly.
I
haven't got mine.
Adam, it's me, the world's most charming, humble, yet eloquent man, great big old Star Wars fan, 26-year veteran of the comic industry, Ethan Van Sciver, and I ship Cyberfrog. So, yeah.
So Cyberfrog first.
Now
I have a pie for you.
Hang on, let me find my Rose Tico figures, and I'm gonna fire them out of the trebuchet across my office.
Here, let me do my Cecil.
Yeah.
Hello.
You have to have a glass to clink.
I don't have a glass.
He did it the other night. Didn't
you? I got a cup of ice, but it's plastic.
I got a plastic Gatorade bottle. It doesn't quite have the same effect.
What did I do? Didn't I do? I did a Jeremy impression the other night. I did Doomcock.
Yep, we're having cameos by they're not licensed versions of themselves.
Yeah.
There you go. We ought to have proper Jeremy on here.
Yeah, so one of the Jeremys.
One of them,
if they don't disband, yeah. I don't see as many Jeremys anymore.
It's a thinly.
Used to see about 500 of them. Now it's like maybe 3 or 4.
Damn,
it's time to build the army of Peters.
It's like the ghost of one of Jeremy's farts.
Yeah.
It was like multiplicity. They just started like disintegrating.
So speaking of companies losing money, Gillette lost $800 billion for its political pandering to SJWs.
No, $8 billion, not
$8 billion. I'm sorry, $8 billion.
I thought it was $8 trillion, like the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, give it another week. It'll be 18, $8 billion.
God, they shot the bed with that one.
You think?
I don't know. I just feel like that was a step backwards with Nintendo. I was like, you finally are doing good things. Why are you going back to the old habits?
I don't know. I don't. Yeah. All I know is it made Dollar Shave Club a whole lot of money.
Yeah, but I read somewhere someone mentioned that about Dollar Shave was doing good.
Dollar Shave Club saw that and thought, well, they're going to go that direction. We'll go the opposite direction. So
Right.
who gets to the goal first? And who do you suppose won that race?
Right. It was the funniest thing
The
too. Is I
rabbit
bought
or
a
the turtle?
a damn trimmer for my beard, and it came with a free Gillette thing, and I was like, well, shit. Well, at least I got it for free. I didn't go out and buy it.
This is true. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a problem because, like I said, I shave my head, so I go through a ton of razors. And at Christmas time, my mother-in-law will give me like a 30-pack of razors, and that lasts me a while. Well, I got a 30-pack of razors, and they were fucking Gillette, and I'm like, I didn't pay for them. I'm going to use the rest of these, and now I'm going through Dollar Shave Club for all my shit. But
wait a minute, Pete, you shave your head?
No, because
all this time I thought you waxed your head.
It's actually I just got that fucking laser hair removal shit.
I just thought he willed it into existence. He just said, "Okay, I'm bald today," and it just went bald.
He's got like a giant cue ball that he just puts on the top and just kind of twists it around.
No, it's like no. Do you remember that scene from was it Empire where Vader's helmet's lowering on? I just have like a different top skull every morning.
He's got like a little machine that puts some.
It's like, what is it, Captain Nita?
It was
Simon Eyes on his head and buffs it off really quick.
I turn around to Trey. Trey comes walking in. I'm putting my skull together. I'm like, damn it, boy, what the hell do you need? It's 7:30 in the morning already. That boy ain't right.
You walk into Pete's house and you hear some like squeak, squeak, squeak. What's that? Oh, nothing. Pete's just waxing his head again.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, man, I had that. They make this shit. It's called Headblade, the company, right? I use the razor, but I use some of the aftershave. They had one that had a gloss finish. Man, I wish they still made that shit. It was pretty. It was I'll tell you, too shiny.
Wow.
It's like a mirror.
Do you have a problem with sunburn with that?
No, I wear a lot of sunscreen or a hat normally, dude. Yeah.
I'm not worried about Gillette, man. I use a fucking electric razor. I got one of the Braun electric. I don't need Gillette for shit. I don't need them for nothing.
Mm-hmm. I don't really shave a whole lot unless it's summer.
Hipster.
I'm growing my beard out now. I'm just
lazy. It's got nothing to do about being a hipster. I'm just fucking lazy.
That's why I grew my hair out last year, man. I was unemployed. I said, fuck it.
Right? I mean,
do you still have that, like, what is it, that name of that company, Bic or something like that? They sell like the discount version or some shit like that?
Yeah,
that's the stuff on the bottom shelf.
Yeah,
like just before the generics.
Yeah, that's what you use when you want to rip your throat apart.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck, the scars are sexy.
You say I got in a fight with a bunch of neo-Nazis, saving a Jewish girl, a black Jewish girl.
A black Jewish girl?
Yeah.
Well, those are two. How are you going to describe that? That is going to be like an obvious lie coming out of my mouth. Like all my friends, which is you guys, will never believe me.
Nope. I don't even believe it when I tell it myself.
But anyways, so yeah.
Gillette screwed themselves. Let's say congratulations, you just played yourself.
Yeah,
yep, and it's still doubling down, right?
The get woke go broke scenario. Everybody thinks, oh, well, for the greater good. But what I don't understand is what exactly is the greater good with this stuff? I mean,
we're a razor company, yeah.
It's you sell fucking razors. What are you trying to change? I don't understand.
Well, see, here's the thing that makes no sense.
Most hipsters don't shave. Have you seen a hipster recently?
Yeah, they don't shave.
They're nasty beards.
They put essential oils in their fucking beards.
Fucking essential oils. Now that's the real enemy of America. Essential oils.
Hey, that's just as good as vaccinating your child. Damn it.
Tap like I put gun oil on my beard, motherfucker.
Okay, that's fine. Then I know who the enemy is. That right? I know I'm going after first.
Probably uses that lube too.
Oh Jesus!
Oh shit!
It's been a while.
There you go.
Well, Pete,
But okay,
never mind.
Also, serious thing, right? The reason why people, like especially men, well, I would say especially men. I mean men in general, which ever shave their beards or anything like that, is to have that nice clean cut, have that very smooth look. Like very attractive look. Sometimes, like if you're going to the bar or something, like you want to have like a nice clean shaven look. You don't want to look like utter trash, right? So their whole commercial, their whole advertising is that men and toxicity, What was it when they had the black guy hold back the other guy when he was
Yeah, that was
Boys
Pete.
will be boys.
Yep.
The director cut shows Pete was holding him back the whole time. He's like, "Oh, hey, chill, bro. Chill." That was Pete.
I know y'all saw that meme.
Yeah, I did.
I'm like, wait a second. What is the message you're trying to convey here? That men shouldn't be caring about their appearances, that they shouldn't be concerned about looking attractive to females. Like, what is your message here?
That's why I said I don't
Boy will
understand
be boys. That's the message.
what their greater good is. Most of these people that are saying that these changes are important are the people that seem to exist just to know that they made somebody else's day bad by ruining something. You know what I mean? It's like like, this is gonna be great. The piss babies are gonna be crying so much. I'm like, well, that's what you want out of life. I mean, just to know that somebody else is having a bad time, somebody that is not remotely interested in anything that you have to say in the first place, and probably wouldn't fight with you if you didn't force yourself into somebody else's thing and ruin it.
Yep, it's like, what do they do? What do they create? What are they bringing to the table? They bring nothing to the table except a sour disposition, a lack of creativity, a hive mind collective mentality, and horrible personal hygiene. Most of the time. I mean, that's it. They don't bring anything to the table.
Like patchouli and feet.
It's basically Zendaya. All right, it's basically Zendaya. So what's
a Zendaya?
Zendaya?
What's a Zendaya?
What's a Zendaya?
Right there. What's a Zendaya?
Yeah, exactly.
MJ
from Spider-Man.
Oh, I know that, but it's like the name. Who names their kid Zendaya? Why not something simple like
like
Monica?
Yeah, like Aquafina. What the fuck?
It's sound exotic and like, you know, one of them special names, you know?
Like Dashiki?
Like one of the ones with 19 apostrophes in it?
Taika Waititi?
It's supposed to be one of them exotic names or some shit like that. I'm like, fuck that.
Yep.
It was dumb. Yeah, I used to work with a guy who was from Nigeria, and he's very soft spoken. I can't do a Nigerian accent, but yeah, he one day he said, "Let me ask you, what is wrong with you people?" And
I'm like, what's wrong with you people? That's what I was saying.
What? He said, the names of your children, they are dumb, you know, and because they are not African, you know. And I'm like, what are you talking? And he went on to fund some of those, and and I'm like, oh, I have no idea.
Oh, I know. See, I had Nigerian neighbors, Bryon. Right, the last place I lived in, they were the same way, just very soft spoken, very very polite. Well, he was the dean of a college of health, and his wife was an RN. But yeah, the same way, they were very very laid back, very mellow, and really cool peeps. But yeah, they didn't understand a lot of the younger American culture, and I know what you're talking about too.
Yeah, that is not African. This guy's his first name was Pius. That was pretty easy, but Ekeyeme was his last name. So yeah, and we had
no Shaka Zulu.
No Shaka Zulu, but we had a new guy start where I work now from Nigeria, and his last name is similar, but it's not the same. And when I first said it, I said it wrong. And the guy said, "Oh, he is from my tribe." You know, it was like, whoa, it's things you don't even think about. And then I showed him how I spelled it. Oh no, he's from but he knows where the guy's from just by his last name.
Oh wow!
Did you ever ask him if he knew about the prince that's always sending us all those emails?
Yeah. Can we get to the bottom of that?
I will try to remember.
I want to know. We'll put that in the next week's podcast. I want to know if he knows that prince that's sending us all the emails.
Ask him if he knows about Wakanda and all their precious metals.
Hey, do you know where I can get some vibranium? You know this dude named Killmonger, by the way?
Yep.
Hey,
Marvel sucks. Make it stop.
You know some guys that come down out of the mountains just like out of a cave unexpectedly and out of nowhere where they shouldn't be, and they had no way to get there, and they just start going ooh ooh ah ooh 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 ah ooh. Yeah, them guys. You know, the mountain tribe, the Jabari. How the fuck did they get in that cave and nobody saw them there? And I love that goddamn movie. How did they all get up on them little shelves and shit on that goddamn mountain?
Probably walked.
From where?
Wherever.
They got a goddamn
from Gotham. They walked there from
They
Gotham.
walked from Gotham.
That's that bugged me about the breeding. I was like, all right, so
I mean, after all, Metropolis is right across the river from Gotham, right?
yeah,
Uh,
it's like 5
was-
seconds away. Anyway, I could, yeah. God damn it!
You bastard.
Ah, you bastards!
My name's Zack Snyder, and I'm a great storyteller.
Sure, Zach. Sure.
Does anybody else want to see the Snyder cut of Justice League?
No, I could give two shits about
I
it.
do. I do.
Doesn't exist.
It
doesn't
exists.
exist. No,
it is.
doesn't.
It's real. God damn it!
You're right. It's right next to the Hope Diamond and Area 51 aliens and Crisp Dollar Bill.
That's where the Zack Snyder cut is in Area 51. We gotta start that rumor.
It's right next to Jimmy Hoffa's body.
I'm gonna tweet that shit right now. I'm not even.
Yeah.
I'm tweeting that the Snyder cut to fucking Justice League is at Area 51.
No, you say Jimmy Hoffa's in Area 51 right now watching the Zack Snyder cut right now as we speak.
There's our movie for the night, Pete, right there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Raiders
I'm going to
of
the
Area
ring.
51. Yeah.
Raiders
Yep.
of Area 51.
Raiders of Area 51. Put that on the list.
I got it right now, dude.
All right, cool. We're
See if
gonna
we can
make
get Jack
millions off of
Nicholson to play Jimmy Hoffa.
this. We're gonna be like the new Asylum when we start making these things. They're just gonna come out
Seriously.
right and left.
We're up to 7 movies now.
We're never gonna stop, right? We are
No.
never gonna stop.
No.
So,
No.
have you guys heard about The Irishman?
Yes, I saw the trailer. They did that whole de-aging thing on Robert
Yes.
De Niro.
It looks amazing, and you
Mhm.
need a Netflix account to watch it.
Is it out right now?
No, I think what they're going to do is they paid. You've read all the articles that Netflix is paying billions of money that they don't have, trying to stay above water on the streaming war.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
To
the
stay
Irishman
relevant.
is going to be their key, and I think they're going to put it out right in the last quarter, just so that they can report, well, we have the most subscriptions, because everybody is going to want to see another Martin Scorsese gangster movie, because we've been waiting since, God, what was the last one? The Departed? That was 2006.
But they'll
Yeah,
probably put it in theaters for a day at least, so they can get that whole Academy shit.
I heard they're going to put it in some kind of a festival, but I don't know. I mean, I wish they would put it out at least in, because I would like to see a Martin Scorsese movie in a theater, not on a Netflix. And also,
Mhm.
I just canceled my Netflix subscription. I don't want to re-up again just for one fucking movie.
When
There
does
are
that come? Is that out?
No, I think they're going to put it
No.
out probably during the holidays.
Okay.
That's what they're gonna-
Yeah,
because I
That's
think
what he was saying, yeah.
if they're going to do the business thing, then they're going to put it out during the last quarter so they can report their earnings. Like, well, we made a ton. I don't know how they justify, or how they calculate their success or whatever. Maybe they base it off of clicks or watch time or something like that, or memberships. I don't really know, but if they put it out in the last quarter, then they'll be able to report that as a gain and not a loss. So, because it sounds to me like they're sinking at this point. But it just makes me mad that you're going to hide one movie behind a streaming service, because there are other shows. I don't know about you guys, but they're not doing it for me.
I only watch. I seriously, like, I go on there every night and I'm like, I'm gonna watch something new because I want to watch season 2 of Castlevania and that new. There's another new show. What is it? Something Woo. I don't. Alex.
Woo Assassins?
Woo Assassin. I want to watch that, but I put The Office on every night.
What are you going to do when they take The Office off of Netflix? Because you know what's going to happen.
They're taking it off in 2021 when NBC Universal starts their streaming service.
God, this is ridiculous.
Yep.
I hate this
Shit is going to be like, mark my words right now, that the whole streaming service is going to end up like a bubble, like the finance and the housing market, and it's going to crash, and then cable and satellite or shit are going to come back.
They're going to come right back, and
Yep.
everything's going to go right back. I agree with you 100%.
That's why
I see it happening that way. It's happening right now. They claim the war hasn't even started yet. I'm like, no, it's over before.
No, it's already over.
Mm-hmm.
These companies are banking way too much money behind these things, and people are like, I don't want to fucking pay for this and that and whatever. They'll go see Endgame again or something.
Yep.
They'll go buy a Blu-ray, which is what I always
Yep.
tell people to do anyway. I'm like, buy a Blu-ray or a DVD, because you own that. Once they have it, they're gonna have to literally come through the threshold to take it away from you. So
Yep. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to build up my video library again. So
Your video
movies I really
library
want.
right next to your gun library, right?
Yep,
Yep.
right next to it.
That's,
So I can just sit
what I
there
would
and just
do.
pet it while I'm watching Commando or something.
Yep, you go ahead and do that, and I'll go ahead and get that hentai library completed.
Hey, how's your piss cup?
Oh, my piss cup? It's great. Remember the Lego Harley Davidson and the Mustang I completed recently?
Yeah. Well,
I have it on one shelf, and I have the piss cup in the background.
You better drink from it.
Oh, guys.
And the artillery piece, that's what it was.
Well, I know it's an artillery piece, and I really do appreciate that you got me something like that. That's kind of cool. I never had anybody.
I didn't get you that. I built it myself, and I figured out I have a bunch of them, so I'll just give you one. I gave you one.
Wait, you built the piss cup?
No, the fucking artillery piece, idiot.
Wait, which artillery piece?
The Lego, the only Lego that was in there.
Chad,
Oh,
if you know what's going on right now, press H. Because
Yeah.
I don't know what in the hell.
Don't worry about it. He's being stupid
You're
again.
gonna have to explain the Lego to me because it came disassembled.
Anyway,
What
so
the hell
back to what the hell were we talking about?
The Irishman. Netflix. Yeah.
Screw those assholes.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes me irritated that the probably the one movie that I'm the most excited about next to It Chapter 2 would be The Irishman, and like, oh nope, you gotta have a Netflix subscription to watch that. They're gonna hide all this entertainment behind these streaming services. It'd be different if you had like a 1-day pass where it'd be like, okay, I just want to watch this movie and then fuck you guys. But no, it's got.
I don't want to fuck you.
You're going to spend the same amount of money that you would on one ticket for one showing.
I mean, I'm surprised they haven't just done that and be like, just charge you that what you would have paid on the ticket to watch it online instead.
I don't know. I don't see how the streaming thing's going to sustain itself when everybody's jumping into the pool with it.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think eventually that, like, I don't know. I know some people already spoke about it, but I think they're just going to start releasing movies straight on like, these blockbuster movies. They're going to start releasing them on these streaming sites, and they're going to charge you the price of the movie. Like, it's like, fuck going to the theaters. You're going to watch it straight online yourself and stream it.
Personally, I think Amazon's going to win anyway. Because, okay, if you have an Amazon Prime account, yeah, you're paying for a whole year of it, but you're having free shipping on everything. You've got access to music streaming. You have all of the movies that are already on there. And then
books
if you want
too,
to add books, and then if you want to add, there's all kinds of like free books you can read. And then if you want to add a channel like Shudder, it's like an extra $4.99 a month or something like that. Which Shudder is killing it right now. They've got awesome stuff on Shudder. Awesome.
And what's Shudder? Isn't it like a horror films or something? Or
Shudder
just a bunch of films?
Shudder specializes in horror, but they've got a lot of TV shows like Joe Bob Briggs' Last Drive-In, and they're going to have Creepshow on that one too. And Creepshow, I think, is going to be good. I have a feeling that they're going to do good things with that one.
Yeah.
They're basically bringing back Creepshow in the form of a TV show. So that's going to be cool. That's a neat idea. I'm down with it.
I love that damn show.
The
movies. The first one was good. I mean,
it's aged well too, man. It's like when that first came out, a lot of people are like, I don't know about this, because a lot of people used to just kind of shit on comic books and they hated it, and they're like, why would we want to make a movie out of horror comics? Well, you watch it now and it's like, yeah, this is.
Wait.
I mean, I love any kind of anthology movie. Anyway. I think
is Creepshow the one with that kid locked up in that cell because that lady's about to cook him?
No,
that one is Tales from. That's Tales from
the Dark Side.
Yeah, Tales from the Dark Side is the one you're thinking of.
Yep.
Creepshow is the one. I think it's got 4 different stories, and there's one with the kid that's got the kid's got the comic book. That's the overall narrative.
That's the narrative.
There's the guy with the bugs in his apartment, and
the Howard Hughes character.
Yeah,
you've got Ted Danson and Leslie Nielsen, the underwater one.
The underwater one. Then there's one where they got the monster in a crate. And
where's my cake, Bedelia? Where's my cake?
Oh yeah, I think I've seen most of these.
Yeah.
Yep. Adrienne Barbeau was in the. Was it her that was in the Under the Stairs? The monster under the stairs.
Yes, and she's awesome in that movie.
Yes, she played like the biggest bitch in that.
And the one that's got Stephen King, and he's got the green stuff that's all over his hand, and it keeps multiplying every time he gets it wet, and it itches really bad. So yeah, that one's really good too. That one gave me nightmares, man. That really did.
Yeah, but what happened to YouTube Red? Why did it fail so quickly?
I don't know. YouTube Red ducked out of the streaming service, and they had Karate Kid. So I don't know why they. Maybe they saw maybe they
Chris
see the
Wick.
writing on the wall that we do. So
Hey, Chris Wicks.
Mhm.
Hi,
Hail,
Chris.
hail, Chris Wicks.
Hail Hydra.
I say that.
Hydra.
I say that to the kid every night as I close his door. I say I love you, and I just whisper, I'm like, "Hail Hydra." And I
Hey,
close the door.
speaking of Doomcock, he's started another rumor. He's got sources on the inside that say Chris Chibnall, showrunner for Doctor Who, has been fired. And
Yay!
we can only wish, and that Jodie Whittaker has left, and that the BBC is already
Yay!
eyeing another male doctor and a new showrunner. So,
Wow.
what say you guys about that?
I saw a link. I didn't click on it, but there's also this morning I saw a bunch of different sites saying that David, what's his name, might actually come back.
David Tennant.
David Tennant.
Yeah.
David Tennant.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he
Yep.
was great.
I don't even watch.
I wish
I don't
he
even
would come
watch
back because
Doctor
he
Who.
was my favorite. But yeah, I can't see that. I mean, I'd welcome it for sure, but I don't think the Doctor's ever regenerated into a previous version of himself.
Yeah, but they could always do a
Oh, no,
time loop, like special.
A special would be nice. Yeah, that would definitely bring the fans back. I know a lot of people that would show up to see David Tennant as the Doctor again. A lot of people.
Yeah,
Like,
I stopped watching during the Matt Smith days, so
I tried to watch
Yeah,
the
that
new
wasn't
season,
really good.
and I watched 4 episodes because I thought, okay, if it's just going to be a female doctor, I'm all right with it. But is this going to be preachy and woke? And they managed to get to it in like 2 episodes. Like, nope, having a
Well, here's the
female
thing.
doctor is not enough. We have to also preach to the masses, and that's exactly what they did with it. Everything I
Well, here's
feared
the
is what they did.
They started really getting, I would say, preachier around. Well, I didn't watch Matt's comment too much in that.
The Capaldi
he's
era.
not really, yeah, Capaldi is really where they started like
Yep.
hammered in it.
They were really
Well,
shoving it in right from the get-go too. Right from his start, they were shoving in the.
but it started with in the latter part of the match. Basically, once Jenna Coleman showed up,
Yeah,
that's when
Yeah.
it really started to go into high gear.
she's like my least favorite companion.
I didn't really hate her as a character, but she just kind of became more unlikable as the series wore on. And it's a shame because Capaldi was actually really good. And me and back when I was working in my old job, there was a guy that used to watch this. Like, he was a big fan of the classic series. He used to watch every episode, like, I don't know, God, how many times. He could quote, scenes and stuff like that, right? And he
Yeah.
said he really enjoyed Capaldi because Capaldi was like a nice throwback to like days when he was the doctor was an old guy. He was more like wise, more experienced type of thing. And it was like, they're doing like this character assassination of him. And there was some great episodes, but not really good ones. And it's just
It got better. It got better towards the end. Yeah, it's like towards
he
the
got
end.
whipped though. Like, he got whipped by her so many times, and it was like, he looks like a punk compared to her. I don't ever recall any of his other companions being this, well, except for Rose Tyler, being this.
She was a terrible written character too. That's a problem.
Yeah.
It's like they made her too powerful right from the get go, and then they scaled her back, and then they made her powerful again. I'm like, oh come on, pick a tone, stick with it, seriously. And then they brought in Billy, which was just a stereotype of stereotypes, the most designed by committee character since Poochie from The Simpsons.
Was that the black lady?
Yes, and I
Yeah.
couldn't understand a word that came out of her mouth. And I watch a lot of British TV shows and movies and stuff like that. And her Cockney was so bad that I was like turning on the subtitles on my TV. I couldn't make out anything that she was saying.
Oh my god.
Terrible. It was awful. And I'm like, I can't understand what she's saying. I'm like, will you just
Hello,
something, anything?
Hello there.
She starts talking like she's got a mouth
Little
full of
fish and
shit.
chips, some fish and chips.
Spit spot, eh? Spit spot. Meeting two veg, eh?
I like girls, right?
I think you do.
Yeah, that was the one that hit me. Like when I heard about
she's
that,
awful,
I completely, when I was gonna rewatch some of the newer, new episodes, right? And I heard about her, I completely did a 180 before I even checked out the episode. I heard what she sounded like. I was like, yeah, this is not for me. I'm done with this series. Like,
well, I came into Doctor Who late. I came into New Who because my sister was talking
New
about
Who?
it all the time. That's what they call it. New
You
Who. Yeah.
How about you?
They called it New Who, and it was basically Christopher Eccleston. And I started watching from there back when they were still on Netflix. And I watched all the way up through season 8, right before Peter Capaldi started. And like I said, I stopped about 4 episodes into the last season here. Like it was called Arachnids from UK. And I was out after that. I couldn't take it anymore.
That already sounds bad on just on paper alone. Let me ask you something.
The villain in that episode was a caricature of Trump. I'm like, oh well, we're gonna do this too, huh? All right.
Like, okay, please. I'm not even gonna get all political with this, but
I don't want to
for
either.
God's sake, stop trying to make that man into a villain. It's been done to death, people.
It's like oh, I stubbed my toe.
Yeah.
Goddamn Trump, seriously.
The perfect analogy for that is the meme with the stick through the spokes of the bike.
Exactly.
The guy
exactly what
puts
I'm
it through
about.
there and fucking knocks himself over, falls his head, and blames I'm not even gonna blames the president.
But I mean, this is a British TV show.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck do they care?
They have no. They still
Brexit motherfuckers.
They still answer to a bunch
How's
of
that going?
inbreds. They answer
Like
to
we fought a damn revolution. Who gives a fuck what they say?
They answer to an inbred monarchy. Those bucktooth morons that sit in Buckingham Palace.
It
Yeah.
made me mad because I was thinking
They get cut by inferior versions of my people. So let it
during
They
Matt
do.
Smith, the David Tennant, during the David Tennant and Matt
You're
Smith
welcome,
years,
Mexico.
they picked up a lot of American audiences, and I thought that was their goal. Is they wanted more American audiences to watch the show, and then they picked us up, and then they wait till the most recent season to tell us that we're all bad again. I'm like, oh, well, fuck you then. I'm out.
Right? I'll go somewhere else.
I don't need this shit.
Back to Tenet. One of the things I really liked about this new Doctor Who, I liked Eccleston. It was a shame that he only got like 1 season and then went straight to.
Yeah, there was some good writing on that season for sure.
Oh,
that's what hooked me into the show. Is I thought some of these are really well written. Yeah.
Who was the guy who played that damn elf on Thor: Dark World? Wasn't he a Doctor Who?
Christopher Eccleston. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one that we're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, I was just double checking.
His name is Christopher Eccleston. He also played Destro in the G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra movie.
Mm-hmm. I liked him on 28 Days Later.
Yeah, that is a good movie.
Yeah.
When he's
which David made mention about that movie when we were talking. He mentioned something about eco-terrorists causing a disaster. He mentioned that movie, and it's true. That's actually the plot of the movie. Bunch of animal rights activists unleash the zombie virus on the world. So there you go. Activism kills.
Hell, that's kind of the plot of freaking Rainbow Six, the book. An eco-terrorist group. They want to fuck up the world, so they got to send in the commandos or whatever shit to kill them.
Wait a second. Didn't we recently have a movie where a bunch of quote-unquote environmentalists or eco-friendly people were actually eco-terrorists and nearly destroyed the world by unleashing a giant monster or something like that?
I'm sure we did.
Was it an Asylum movie?
No, it actually was a blockbuster film and one of the best films of this year.
Godzilla?
Which is it? Godzilla?
Godzilla!
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 I was so focused on the monsters, I forgot that there was a plot in that movie. Damn it! Thanks for reminding me, LMP. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot there was a plot in that movie. I was just focused on, oh, hey, Godzilla looks pretty cool.
Well, listen.
Oh, look, there's the X-Jet.
What? It ain't no more. Roll that, shot it down.
Yeah. That.
So, I don't know if you're aware of this, but were you aware that they actually did have, like, I will say an unofficial female doctor years back where they made a parody of Doctor Who? I'm trying to remember the name of it. But basically, I think it was a BBC creation, and what happened was they had Rowan Atkinson play the doctor.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Hi,
you reminded
it's
me. Yeah.
It's me,
And the jokes were like, wait, how did you talk to you later?
It's a good day. I'm just Rowan Atkinson.
Hello, Teddy.
Cross away here, Mr. P.
Hey,
Yes,
come
hello,
on.
Bryon Lape.
Like, wait a
This is me.
second.
No, don't worry. Oh, hello, LMP.
And it was, I loved it when he became when he dies and there you had the Daleks and the Master mourning his death, and he regenerates into a woman, and it's like, oh, wait a second, my sonic screwdriver has a new function, and it starts vibrating.
Oh my god.
Yeah, try doing that now.
I was thinking that when Jodie Whittaker, she built a new sonic screwdriver, and I was thinking, has it got a tickler on the end of it? Or,
Listen, I took a look at her. I hate to be that superficial guy, but when I heard female doctor, I'm like, all right, can they at least make it attractive? I took a look at her, and I'm like, I feel nothing.
But you can't have the male gaze, and even when you do cast a beautiful woman, you got to make her look horrible.
Exactly.
I mean, look what they did in to the woman who played Monica Rambeau and Captain Marvel.
No, man, those eyebrows.
There was a rumor going around for a while that when they were eyeballing, they were thinking about doing a female doctor, and I'm like, okay, well, who would you do if it was a female doctor? And somebody had said Helen Mirren. I'm like, well, that I would be down with, because Helen Mirren's a Shakespearean actress, and somebody that I really like, and also attractive, and she could have brought something interesting to it. But no, like you said, gotta be young and woke and have rainbow colored scarves on, and really it has to hit every single demographic it is. But I heard that the reason that Chris Chibnall got fired was that it was over a marketing dispute. He wanted to have female Daleks as toys, and the producer said absolutely
That's fucking stupid.
So that's why he quit. He quit
female Daleks.
So yeah, Daleks with boobs on them.
Wait,
don't they have like a lot of boobs on them already?
Okay, wait.
They do have boobs, don't they? Those are boobs, right?
What's the Daleks? I'm lost here. I don't watch Doctor Who.
The Daleks are the little trash can things walking around that look like evil R2-D2s.
I'm gonna have to look that up, because I have never seen a second of any episode of Doctor Who.
Daleks are awesome. I love the Daleks.
They're interesting.
Exterminate.
They're aliens that live inside of a tank, basically, that's the size of a robot, and they're basically engineered just to hate. That's their character. They're
just hate.
They are.
They're little player haters.
Yeah.
Yep.
They can't tell jokes.
They're engineered to always be angry.
They're the galaxy's Antifa.
Yep, pretty much.
Well, without a political purpose, they just But yeah,
I don't know. Do they have enough soy in them?
Doctor Who has always been political, but they've always managed to wrap it into a narrative, into a story, and
to make you think, but not really take a side.
Right. Exactly. Perfectly said. All right. Get you to think, but not take a side. That's what we always want, and that's never what we get. It's like, no, you have to be on this side or you're wrong.
Basically, it was like Twilight Zone in levels of politics, like where it's like
correct
think about life and make you ponder things and question things. But it didn't beat you over the head if you disagreed with certain things or not.
Right. Or like Dark Mirror, that. Yeah.
That's how the show started. I mean, at least the New Who, that's how I felt it started. That's why it made it
Yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo.
We're never going to live that down.
And I'm pretty sure you'll like the Daleks, guys, because they are one of the most awesome villain characters out there. They really just truly are.
I mean, they've been memed to hell and back, but if you think about what they are and what they represent and how ominous and menacing they can possibly be, I mean, yeah, they're a very compelling villain, and that's the one thing that the new season suffered from is the villains in season 11 are basically the patriarchy, racism. Pick one of the NPC colors or flavors. It's the usual bullshit. They removed the Daleks. They removed the Cybermen. There's no compelling.
They removed the Cybermen, really? Like
usually, the villain in every single episode of season 11 is like some straight white male.
I mean, we kind of should have seen this coming when they made the Master into a female. But at least I understood that, because the Master was always kind of a, at least in the newer iteration, was a bit of a troll. So I was like, I would be.
Yeah, and the lady that played the evil Master, I actually liked her because she was like an evil Mary Poppins, and I kind of dug that vibe. I liked the vibe. Yeah, I thought she was cool. Yeah.
I could just drool the thought of an evil Mary Poppins. Oh God.
Oh, somebody stop him, please.
No,
I find Mary Poppins to be a very sexy character.
That requires me to be within physical proximity of whatever it is he's about to do. So.
I thought you were omnipresent.
Slap him against the head.
No, I'm not omnipresent. I'm just old.
I was gonna say Lape hasn't achieved omnipresence.
You're straight white male powers, man.
You haven't Lape, you haven't achieved your final form yet.
Oh, he has achieved his final form. It's just that he's in what is it called right now? Not remission. Hibernation.
Homeostasis?
Yeah.
Homo.
No, homeostasis.
The gay community?
Gay community.
I am the gay god.
I gotta make an AJ Styles
That's actually what happened to Doctor Who.
But anyways, considering that if this, first of all, I think all this is bullshit, and is it? Because I mean, I'm not to rip on Doomcock or anything like that, but a lot of his leaks or inside information, most of it doesn't pay off. I'm not really.
Is he the Mike Zero of the Doctor Who universe?
No.
Oh God, no.
You never watched Doomcock?
Very rarely.
Okay.
I like him when he's on.
He's mostly a Star Trek guy, but he does do the.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know who he is, and I like him when he's been on the High Council and other things. But that stupid voice and all that other crap, I can't.
You don't like the disguise, gotcha. But yeah, his leaks don't usually pan out, and it seems like he basically this is one that he started, and it's basically echoing all around the Fandom Menace. That's why I think it's all bullshit. But
he started it. Okay.
Yeah, he revealed it on his channel, and everybody else ran with it, and that's why I'm not doing a video on it, because I don't have any tangible evidence that this guy's actually been fired. And also, the thing that irritates me with the Fandom Menace in general is, we've heard Chris Chibnall's got fired. We've heard Kathleen Kennedy's been fired. We've heard Rian Johnson's been fired, and this trilogy's not coming out, and there's no tangible proof that these things have ever happened, and I'm not believing this either. But in the event that Chris Chibnall did get fired and Jodie Whittaker left, how would they spin this? You know what I mean? There's no way they can spin this to where it's like, oh, we knew it. That's why it didn't happen. And even if it did happen, they're probably negotiating behind the lines to make sure that this doesn't come out, because it'll look like, oh well, we lost the culture war.
Lame man.
Blame Canada.
Blame Canada. They're not even a real country anyway.
I was a bunch of Canucks.
Yep.
I shouldn't talk shit about them. They were kind of nice.
And their maple syrup.
Yeah, blame their maple syrup. The maple syrup sucks ass. Telling me that's better than the shit we have here.
I'm sorry.
Whoop your ass any day.
And that the whole Canadian bacon thing, nah, fuck that.
That's ham.
It's fucking ham.
Well,
That's not bacon. God damn it.
Well, you know what, Pete? It's at least something to talk about.
A boot. What's this all about?
A boot.
Hey, I'm not your buddy, friend.
What's this all about then?
Oh, I'm not your friend, guy.
I'm not your guy, pal.
So
who's that?
That's all I got.
I actually have something here. I just got an alert on my phone from Yahoo, and it says Jason Momoa says he won't film Aquaman 2 because of this reason. This is a little clickbaity, but since I don't really know anything about Doctor Who, I just was kind of reading through this.
Who's playing music?
Tommy.
That is not I.
Not me.
It's my phone going off. Jesus, my
God damn it, LP.
My
you had one job.
You had one.
Oh, God is my family.
Right.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Is it okay? Can we go now?
Can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish?
No.
Can I finish?
No,
Can I finish?
Oh, now we just need a well-timed train whistle. This would be awesome.
This is why my generation sucks ass.
Did you hear that when he did that the other night and the train whistle went through? Did
oh
you
my
hear
God!
That? Get a chance to hear that at all, or no?
No, you told me about it.
Okay,
I told you about
let the man talk.
No, it just says it's hard to say that Aquaman. It's hard to say that Aquaman was universally a beloved movie, so you can just kind of shit on it right out of the gate. But hey, Jason Momoa was really, really hot in it, and that alone is worth making a sequel. But even though Warner Brothers already greenlit a sequel, it turns out there's a compelling reason why Jason Momoa won't film Aquaman 2. The Hawaii native has been camped out by, now forgive me for pronouncing this wrong, Mauna Kea. In recent weeks, a sacred site to indigenous Hawaiians that's under threat of being bulldozed to construct a giant telescope in its place. Momoa has made it clear that he's committed to stopping the construction in its tracks, and if that means he's not available for Aquaman 2, so be it. Momoa has been documenting his time at Mauna Kea on his Instagram account, posting photos of fellow protesters, information about what's really going on, and an example of what exactly the telescope construction looks like. The proposed construction project is for a 30-meter telescope, a TMT, not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Are you sure?
Project. It would be much cooler if it was that he wasn't going to be in
half shell turtle
power. He wasn't going to be in an Aquaman movie because he was going to fight the fucking Ninja Turtles. No, these Ninja Turtles will not come to Hawaii.
That's
I'm Aquaman, bitch.
Right?
the Turtles.
Well, they already did a Batman and Ninja Turtles movie recently.
Yeah, so
I still need to see that.
Momoa is far from alone in his pursuit to stop this from happening, and many protesters have already been arrested despite their entirely peaceful protest. Let's see, on a photo showing the 1992 construction of the Subaru telescope, Momoa writes the caption, "Fuck this," and TMT is 4 times bigger. Sorry, Warner Brothers, we can't shoot Aquaman 2 because Jason got run over by a bulldozer trying to stop the desecration of his native land.
When did these guys all become politicians? Can't you just do your movie and shut the fuck up?
Right.
Yep.
These jobs. You're paid to look pretty.
So I don't. There's only a couple paragraphs left, but so this is like, and there's footage of him like there protesting and doing his thing. And you know what, man, this is what I said. It's not some. It doesn't seem like it's a frivolous reason. It's not because it's something stupid. I mean, this is it's something that's like sacred to him and his people, man. So like, I understand that part of it, but at the same time, it's like you're getting paid like how many $1 million to make this movie, dude. Like, I understand, like, you throw some money at it, do something to file a legal injunction and go make this movie. But
he's doing the same shit that guy from Nike did.
Yep. Colin Kaepernick.
Kaepernick. That's it. Yeah.
That work. And this is the thing. That son of a bitch wasn't even barely fucking relevant until he was out of the league, and this whole take a knee thing. I mean, this. Yeah.
We won't go down that road.
No. But yeah, Momoa, he's not he doesn't strike me as like a big ass like SJW or something. But I mean, like I said, I can kind of understand taking, this is, like I said, this is a big thing for his people. So, I mean, Hawaii is very it's you got your sick. It is, I understand, but at the same time, it doesn't really.
This is why Warner Brothers needs to stop hiring movie stars to be their fucking characters. They need to quit doing it because of this kind of shit right here. If they'd have hired a no name somebody that they would have made to be that character, they wouldn't have these problems. Honestly, I believe that. I think that's why George Lucas, when he made his movies, he tried to hire people that you wouldn't associate with somebody else unless it was like one of their villains or something like that. Like their heroes, they tried to go with relative no names so that you would associate that face with the character, and it paid off. And you didn't have this kind of stuff, but
Yeah, I don't. I guess I didn't really think he was that big. Like, other than Aquaman, like, what else has he done that's like?
Well, I had heard too that I think it was Red Letter Media was mentioning this that we live in a time where movie stars are not really the focal point of getting butts and seats anymore. It's more or less about the property or the brand or whatever the plot of the movie is. Most of these movies are assembled by committee, and I don't feel like Jason Momoa is that big of a movie star that needs to be throwing his weight around like that. It's like, so what? You were in fucking
Aquaman,
Game of Thrones. That's it. Wasn't everybody in Game of Thrones at this point? And
he was
in that.
Ellen P was in it.
Yep.
Which one did
that pig that they cut in half?
It wasn't me. Although it was my stand-in, so
he got
was it a stunt double? Yeah.
What was Gwendolyn Christie's name in that show? The big bitch,
Stunt Cock.
Oh, what the hell is that? I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
The big one, the giant blonde chick. Oh, I can't remember her name.
Well, that's
Khaleesi?
No. That's Amelia Clark that played in Soilo.
Gwendolyn Christie?
She was Captain Phasma in Dumpster Fire and Farce Awakens.
Yeah, that's Gwendolyn Christie.
Yeah, she's the big chick in Game of Thrones.
Character. I don't watch that fucking show.
I don't either, but I was just gonna say, you said LMP was in Game of Thrones. I was like, wasn't he the one that was knocking it out with her at the end of the show?
That's why I like the fan cast so much. The fan cast does not make me watch Game of Thrones, and I appreciate that, fellas. I
ain't watching that shit.
I would actually disown you if you did.
I've seen like a handful.
We just became better friends for it just now.
And I'm like, it didn't. I don't know. It didn't seem like meh.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah.
it's like whatever. I mean, everybody's like, "Oh my god, you gotta watch it." I'm like, "Why? Why do I need to watch this shit? I can watch Dungeons and Dragons, the cartoon from the '80s, and get some fucking enjoyment out of that." I'm like, I don't want to. No, I'm like, I'm good with this.
You know what you need to see, Pete?
Bryon, that was her name.
You need to go see one.
Bryon of Tarth.
Bryon of Tarth.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Adam.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's what
you know
need
what?
to go see.
I was all excited because I was hoping that like the theater in my town would finally get an R-rated movie and get it, and then they honey dick me and they got goddamn Spider-Man Far From Home.
Speaking of Spider-Man, guys, I saw something. There was a guy like in my area today, right around work, a couple of blocks away, dressed up as Spider-Man. I did not know how to react to that.
Was it Turkish Spider-Man? Did he have big eyebrows?
Did he have
Right.
bushy eyebrows?
He's about to break in someone's house and choke him out.
I wasn't sure what to go with. Whether I don't feel good, Mr. Stark, or Miles Morales sucks. I just didn't know what to say. And I know some idiot came out of a GameStop and said, "Is that the real Spider-Man?" I was like, "Well, there's the idiot that said it."
Yep.
Oh God.
There's always
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Or Spider-Tran.
Spider-Trans hides a stick like no one can.
Oh God.
And that's
He's
how we
good
got
at
the amount of time.
Whoops.
Yeah, this time it wasn't my fault.
I'm just that right amount of buzzed right now where it's like the filter's kind of coming off a little bit more than usual.
You said the filter is coming off?
Yeah.
It never had a filter at the time.
Wait, was I supposed to have one before? I don't know. Nobody ever told me that.
No, this is the fan cast. This isn't the main show. We don't gotta be family friendly.
Oh well. Fuck me. No.
Jesus.
I'm pretty sure there's probably one girl in the audience that does.
But yeah, chat. If you're sick of MCU movies, you want to see something good. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Go see
Yes.
that. Awesome movie. Love it.
That's
Okay.
good to hear.
Like
Is it really violent?
Is it really violent?
No,
Yeah,
this one is probably his least violent movie, I'd have to say.
Wow.
It's rated R mostly for language. That's it. There's no N-words in this one, though. So,
I'm surprised. Are
Yeah,
you
he
sure
tried-
the Tarantino film?
yeah, he
no
finally
N-word?
stopped using N-words.
One.
No, his
Because he knew Dion was coming after his ass if he kept
the
it
word
up.
you're going to hear most in this movie, and at some point I'm going to get this on Blu-ray, and I'm probably, if you want to do a drinking game, every time he says "fucking hippies," take a shot.
Ooh.
Anybody in the movie. That's all. I'm
Come
gonna
on,
say.
you can use the N-word at least several times with that.
No, fucking hippies. Yeah.
Ah.
And hippies are the enemy in this movie. They are. I'm going to do a written review for it because I did a video review already. I'll do a written review because I want to be a little bit more in depth than I did on.
You know
Most
what?
people
At
that
least
watch
I'm
video
glad that
reviews,
they're the enemy.
they want to see reactionary stuff. They don't really want to know every last little detail. They're just like, hey, is it good? Should I go see it? So I'm saying, yeah, go see it.
No, it looks good. I actually do want to go see it. I just, to be honest with you, because of how lackluster the summer movies were looking, I completely forgot about it. Like I really wasn't excited for everything else.
Yeah,
Like-
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was really going to come out in October, and from what I heard, they bumped it up because it would have came out exactly the same time as the original Sharon Tate murders. So out of respect for the family, they decided to bump it up, and I
mean,
that's
that
what
sounds
I kinda have
cool
to
and all, but damn it, that kind of fucks it up a little bit.
what
But
I mean.
whatever, that's done for a good purpose. So I'll let it be.
Yeah, Tarantino was very adamant about not disrespecting the family, the Tate family with this one. So he kind of played along because you've seen Tarantino interviews. He does not give a fuck.
I was gonna say Quentin Tarantino was worried about offending somebody. Are you fucking
Just
kidding?
the family.
But didn't
if this was
spoiler alert, didn't
anybody
they
else-
change history though?
Huh?
Didn't they basically change history in that?
I don't want
shit.
to. I don't want
I
to hear
ain't
any
saying
spoilers.
shit. Yeah,
I
I
don't
ain't
wanna
saying
hear-
shit about all you need to know about the plot is that Leonardo DiCaprio is a washed-up actor that used to be in westerns, and they want him to do spaghetti westerns, and he thinks that's trash. And his neighbors are Sharon Tate and
J.C. Bring
no,
what's his name?
Roman
Polanski.
Polanski. Yeah,
Polanski, right?
that's all you need to know. And
The pedophile?
Brad
already
Pitt.
sounds pretty
Brad
bad.
Pitt is his stunt double. Yeah.
Oh, that already sounds pretty out there.
It's great. It's fucking great. But I will tell you this: if the foot fetish thing bothers you, this one here, the foot is in your face.
Oh my god!
So many dirty feet in this movie, dude. Right there, right in the center of the fucking screen. It's like Tarantino saying, "Oh, you don't like my foot fetish, huh, motherfuckers? Well, there's a dirty foot right here, right in your fucking face."
Oh my God, he's going the Dan Schneider route.
Oh no.
Yeah, he likes them feet, man. That's just
Well,
that's one weird ass fetish I don't get, man. I'm like, ugh, God, this.
Oh, wow, you have to mention that.
it's
Oh.
it's there.
Damn hippies.
We're not
fucking
goddamn it, we're
hippies.
not talking about fetishes.
No,
What?
That's a rabbit hole I'm not going down right now.
especially with
Oh my
LMP on the
God.
episode.
Yeah.
You must
Well,
really
we already know he's got a fucking hentai library that rivals the Library of Congress. So I mean,
Listen, even
Watches it for the plot.
Asian porn. Yeah, that's just hentai. No, it's not. There's a story.
There's a story in there, damn it.
And I'm gonna find it.
Have you watched some of these? They actually have stories, like they're episodic. They make.
I have
I'm
not.
trying to tell you. Some of them are really
Don't.
good.
Quentin Tarantino did one about feet.
You know what else
I
is
don't know.
episodic? Porn. There's
Yes.
lots
Yep.
of porno on. Yeah.
There's at least 18 parts.
Yeah,
Adam,
it's like how many dirty debutantes did they make?
I was thinking about this. You know, the movies we come up with 7 movies. We can turn those into porns and shoot those in one afternoon.
With who?
We'll hire a
I
cat.
don't know. I feel like I'm past the porn part of my life now. It's like that seemed like that'd be the coolest job in the world, but then you realize, yeah, VD.
You gotta do work.
No, I'm not saying. Hey,
in my life.
Herpes.
I'm not saying I want to be.
gonorrhea,
I don't want to be in
syphilis.
the movies. I just want to produce them and make the money. I don't want to be.
I just don't want to be that close to the petri dish. You know what I mean? Like you know where the herpes come from. You don't want to stand next to where.
Look, after we make the first 30 movies on Tuesday, we'll have enough money to buy a fucking bulletproof shield where no money shots are going to penetrate this shit. No matter.
You got a point there. If we can make the porn and then sell the porn and then get better cameras and make the real movies, and now you got a business model I can work with.
This is what I'm talking. I wasn't. I don't want to, dude. Nobody wants to pay to see my ass naked. Okay, not even my wife. She doesn't want to see it. So it's like nobody wants to see that. So let's just be like the back end product. No pun intended. Ha ha ha. and produce and distribute that and make the money. That's what I want to do.
I wouldn't shit Pete. He's my favorite turd.
Listen, I'm gonna have one regret in life. Let it be this one. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I have multiple, but my greatest regret. Let it be this one.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Let it be, let it be, let it be.
Fucking hippies.
God, I want to make a movie about just like hippies and like zombie hippies and just go hunting season on them.
Shit, that's what I do. Make a movie about that.
Oh,
Just killing hippies.
So
There was no high council this week, so we can't talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Did EVS fall asleep again?
No, I don't think they don't think they.
No, he had been streaming like 2 hours before. I think he just maybe forgot.
Why would you stream 2? He probably did like a 2 or 3 hour stream, and then was like, "I'll take a nap and I'll eat some pie and I'll fucking get on the high council and stream for 4 hours."
That whole high council's kind of a mess right now. I don't really know what I think about it.
I don't. Like I said, unless it's on Jeff's channel, I don't listen to it.
Yeah.
I listen to it on Jeff's, and I listen to the World Class, show. If I can't catch it live, like I said, I jumped on there last night and dropped a super chat. So I caught most of the show because last night was an off night for me for a change. So. But yeah, it was a good. But no, I don't listen to the High Council anymore, and I don't watch EVS's streams. I still watch some of his single release videos, but I can't sit there and watch his streams anymore.
He knows more about comic books than I do, so a lot of it I'm checked out of because I don't understand the industry. It's a very niche audience, I think he can be funny, but he can also be really annoying too.
Yeah,
like I'm a little tired of the poo stories. I don't really want any more of those.
It's like I could only sit there and watch him open so many fucking Kinder eggs to get like little Ray and Rose Tico toys, it was like, but.
Well, that kind of stuff is funny when he's just doing like little stuff on the camera while other people are talking. I don't mind that, but when it's just like 5 poo stories in a row, it's like no, I'm not interested.
Yep.
Poopery.
All right, I know what to do if I ever start a channel. I'm just gonna buy a box of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and unbox it the whole hour.
So good.
This is the part where we need Monica to come in and do the lightning round because we never got to finish SJW bingo the other night.
She sent me a picture. We almost had the board filled out too.
That's funny, dude. I think that was all from one article too.
It was
the first one you read from the Independent.
No, it's the Black Widow article.
Oh, the Black Widow one. Was that Gossip Cop? Was that one?
No, Gossip Cop.
Gossip Cop.
All over. All over.
That's a movie right there. Gossip Cop. We should come up with eventually.
No, they'd have like the British sirens. It'd just be like that'd be the Gossip Cop.
The siren that sounds like a real siren's being strangled to death.
It sounds like Bob Crane getting choked by Wilford Brimley in that hotel room.
What Stargate, Atlantis, Baywatch, and Frontier? I don't know what Chris Wick's comment is about.
Chris, if you're still in the chat, what are you talking about there, bud? Hi, Chris, it's me, Taika. Hey, bud, listen. I know I'm a Kiwi and you're Aussie, but yeah, bud. Look, hey, what are you talking about there? Stargate, Baywatch, Frontier? Yeah, what are you talking about?
Okay, so the question, I'm guessing the question is, what is Michael Jackson's this or that?
I think is this fuck, marry, kill?
Yeah,
Stargate, Atlantis, Baywatch,
It can't be because he's got four things in there. So
no, it's only three.
Jason Momoa shows.
Jason Momoa shows. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Meek.
Gotcha.
Oh, he was there. Yeah, I remember. My brother was telling me about that.
Double.
Stargate Atlantis. He was on. Wait, Baywatch.
He was in Baywatch.
Really?
Yeah.
The movie.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I haven't seen.
No, not the movie. Was he in the TV show Baywatch?
Hey, the Appalachian Americans here. He's too young to be in the TV show. Jason Momoa is younger than I am. Isn't he? He can't be. All right.
Was he in the 90s?
Hang on a second.
All right, someone do a fact check. Where's Dan when you need him?
Okay, Google.
Well, I'll admit the only time I ever watched
the
only time I ever watched Baywatch was when Pam Anderson was on there, and I usually had the sound down. So.
Oh shit! Jason Momoa is 40, so he would have been a kid if he was on the original Baywatch.
We trying to say there, Pete?
Yeah, what are you trying to say?
My age. I mean, I'm 30. I'll be 40 in a couple months. So
Youngster.
I wish I could go back to 40.
It was only like, what, 10,000 years ago?
Oh, the Appalachian America is leaving to get laid. He said, "See ya."
Okay.
All right, cool.
All right.
Make sure you strap one on.
I'll give him. Hey,
Make sure you buy your wife's girlfriend dinner.
She wears a size 6 Nike narrow. Oh, there we go, ladies
and gentlemen.
We are just there's two people in the chat.
Thank you. We'll be here all week.
Oh, Eddie dropped again.
He dropped? I was wondering. I thought it was me just losing the sound.
No,
He's
I'm
gone.
actually paying attention this time. If he comes back, I'll add him in just so we can say goodnight.
YouTube cut him out because apparently we were no longer being family friendly.
He wasn't woke enough for them.
All right, I'm back.
There we go. He goes back.
Okay.
You feeling good? You all right there?
I made a joke about the chat, and the fucking computer was like, "No, fuck you, you're out."
Hey, Pete,
Yeah.
Pete, you have that not so fresh feeling?
You
You ever get that not so fresh
so
feeling?
fresh.
Me? Never. Haven't you ever seen they did that cutaway scene on Family Guy? It's like, do you ever, mom, do you ever feel not so fresh? And she's like, me? God, no, you probably do, but not me. the daughter's like destroyed. She's like, oh.
Damn. I was like, well, damn, wash it when you go in the shower. You should be okay.
You better watch that monkey, girl. Shit. Get that fucking shower head up in there or something.
So I like this StreamYard. I think I'm going to use it next time I do a show. I like it.
Yeah, seems to be working good.
Yeah, it works good.
Except for Pete, it doesn't work.
Does this only work on Chrome or?
Yeah, it's got to be Chrome, Firefox, or Opera.
See, I'm using it on Chrome, and I don't know why the hell it keeps. Like I said, I'm gonna go get an Ethernet cable tomorrow because I'm on my Wi-Fi. I think Noob Master 69 kicked me off.
I'll get Wi-Fi.
Now, would that be the McDonald's Wi-Fi or the Starbucks Wi-Fi?
Okay, there's not a Starbucks within
Hotel 6.
There's not a
I was thinking it was
Starbucks.
Motel 6 Wi-Fi.
Motel
see,
6,
wait.
Super
Oh
8.
God! I remember when I first called Starbucks moving into my neighborhood like 10 years ago. Somebody said that will never happen. It's like 4 or 5 blocks away from me.
Well, if you ever want to go start some shit with some hipsters, just go there in the morning. You know.
Here's the thing: it's not
Go
even.
there.
Yeah, you have either hipsters or crackheads. So take one and which.
How the fuck can a crackhead afford a $50 coffee?
Because
They
those
got-
coffees have crack in them. Yeah.
I'm telling you, and they write a little positive message on the cup.
Oh no, they wouldn't even dare write that on my cup. I'd be like, what the hell is this hippie shit?
So are you on the right side of history?
The same
Yeah.
stills
They
that
write-
they make
Of course,
meth
I'm on the
in.
right side of history.
I'll be like, did you say I'm on the white side of history? What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
First of all, those crackheads can't even read, so I don't know how they would react like that.
They can read scribble. That's why they write it all
Go in
fast.
there
and
and
look all
I'd like a latte, taco, Waititi, lakamuka, chuka chaka to go, please.
And I was gonna say, you know, what's the most like fucked up thing about that Starbucks, like where it's located, is like located right underneath a Planet Fitness.
What the
Oh.
fuck?
That makes no sense. Although the gym next where I'm at is right next to a Dunkin' Donuts, and then there's a
Wait,
Papa
wait, wait.
John's on the other side. So that's
Hold
Hold on. You want to hear what's even funnier? Is that on the other side of the entrance of that Planet Fitness is a Dunkin' Donuts.
So you don't you don't fall off the wagon. You just like get run over by the fucking train. It's like
I'm not even
That's
done
just
yet.
Well, hey.
people running in
Better.
circles.
It gets even better.
Planet Fitness has, is it Wednesdays they have
they have
bagels?
donuts or pizza.
Yeah,
I,
what?
I used to go to Planet Fitness.
Yeah, Planet Fatness.
Dude,
I
you know
can't
what?
go there anymore. It's an awful
Free,
deal.
free Tootsie Rolls.
They do. They have them right up on the goddamn counter. It's so tempting.
Hey,
It
listen,
is.
those
Just
Tootsie
a
Rolls are
Tootsie
awesome.
Roll.
I eat. I picked up a trick like right after I lift, before I have my my shake and everything. Picked this up from an old bodybuilder. He says, you know, have like a couple gummy bears. Something about the sugar getting into your system helps distribute your like your post workout. So I do like 3 or 4 gummy bears after I work out. But you can get like them. They have they actually have like these like little like Monica had the post workout gummy bears and shit like that.
Yeah. Well,
Instead of
it's to get glucose back in the
Yep.
muscles is what.
yeah, that's what it is. I just know how to do it. I don't know the technical terms for it. Like
I would rather
I,
just have something with
Is it an
glucose in
adjective?
I don't want the
it might
pussy
fuck
hairs.
you.
You
Give me your
don't say the
adjective.
A word on this channel.
Listen,
Okay.
listen.
I
I'm
have
going to give
no
you a
idea what that
dangling
means.
participle on your forehead.
Yeah.
What it means is I was on Pete's stream and it was one of Monica's games, and it's like you have to say an adjective or pick an adjective. It was like Mad Libs but with
Yeah.
an adjective, and for some reason when everybody just blanked out all at once and none of us remember what the fucking adjective was.
My computer
And
crashed.
Monica
Short.
and Tap have been haunting us with that ever since.
Tall.
It'll never end. Yeah.
Dark.
Yep.
So
If you want to work this home.
Moist. There you go.
Yeah,
Moist is an what?
Moist is that an adjective?
Modifies a noun, right?
Can be. Yeah.
Moistening.
Modify a noun or another adjective.
You better know that motherfucker because you're the one that's always bringing that shit up too. If you don't know what it is, then you can't fucking make fun of us for not knowing it.
I just explained what it is.
That's the rules.
An adverb.
He just explained it.
I was talking.
What
to
Lape
you.
said.
Oh, quickly.
I was talking to Tap.
Oh,
Yeah, he was. I was wondering what he answered. I'm like, I think he's
Trying to
talking to
play
me
dumb.
back.
You're like the guy,
I
you're
thought,
like the
but
guy
I
in the
wasn't
study hall
sure.
that farts and then looks at the guy behind you like, what the fuck
What the
is
fuck is
wrong?
wrong with you? What the fuck did you say to me? That's what I was like. What the fuck did you just say to me?
What is your problem?
I thought you were going to say he was the kind of guy that farts in the tub and bites the bubbles.
What the fuck? Animals. Nothing but animals on the street.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Savages.
And the Appalachian American left this to go have sex. Well, what a goof.
Dude, but you
He's
know
making
what?
great life choices.
He's in
Yeah.
the wrong mindset now.
Yeah. He's thinking about the strap on down.
Now we know where the one thumbs down came from. Thanks a lot,
Right.
Appalachian American.
Do I? He's like, look at him. He's like, do I want to go get laid or listen to fucking them talk about tap biting the bubbles in the bathtub? What the fuck are we talking about here?
I'm
Where's
just
this
saying,
decision?
it is possible to do both. All right.
Right, just have it in the
Awkward
background.
and weird, but it is possible.
Oh,
Listen,
Well,
just think of it like this: if you're listening to us while you're getting it on with your girlfriend, then we're just cheering you on. Think of it like that.
Hey,
well,
if
and I want
somebody,
to know why Kendo is constantly talking about Blue Chew. He wants to get the Blue Chew sponsorship. And I'm thinking, are you trying to tell us something, Kendo? That
He's talking to you, Lape.
he's 32 and having problems.
Well, listen, I think Kendall's just trying to tell you something, Dad.
Yeah.
Probably.
He is a Blues fan. He's going to come out any day now.
ooh, and I'm a Red Wings fan. I can concur that
Oh,
he's definitely hiding something there.
So,
We'll
But
see.
anyway, are we
no,
done?
We're at 94 minutes.
Yeah, we can keep
Yeah.
I was gonna say, God damn it.
the dog while we were the show was going on and went out to watch a movie with his friends. So
well,
So
listen.
when's our next
apparently-
watch party?
What are we gonna watch?
Porn.
Well, it was supposed to be Forbidden Zone.
Was that supposed to be this week?
It didn't have to be this way. I was mentioning, but
Oh,
because
okay.
but I was well. The most important thing was trying to figure out this whole stream business. But if this is where we're going to go with, I think we can do one next week if we
Yeah,
want.
I think this works fine. You can, as long as you
Yeah.
can
What's the
tell
name of
who's
that black
talking.
and white film you made me watch?
Yeah, that's Forbidden Zone.
Yep.
oh
It sounds like a cool sci-fi film though.
I
Forbidden
didn't
Zone.
understand a damn thing until the tits got on screen.
French.
I already warned you before you watch it like 50 times. Don't try to make sense of it. It's fucking nonsense. All right.
Ah.
Listen, I cannot stop making sense of it. You understand what it was like for me? It's like
it's Danny Elfman and his brother on a lot of drugs trying to make a movie. That's what the fuck a Forbidden Zone is.
Wait,
all
the
right?
composer Danny Elfman?
Yes, back when he was with Oingo Boingo.
Yeah.
That
Oingo
very name, Danny
Boingo.
Elfman, him and his brother. Yeah,
Jesus. Okay, I need to watch this now.
yeah. It's
you're gonna
pretty-
you're
it's
gonna
pretty
lose your
fucked
mind
up.
trying to make sense of it like I did.
Well, I'm
That's
gonna
just
watch.
it. If you try to make sense of it, you try to watch it like it's a Marvel movie, you're going to give yourself a headache because nothing's going to be explained. It's fucking drug induced nonsense. But it's
No,
one of those
see,
things that
here's the thing.
it's such
If
a
you
train wreck.
listen
It's fun to
to-
watch. Yeah.
Here's the thing. If you had listened to my uncensored commentary while I was watching it, Tap can tell you all about it. It really was like when I'm saying I'm trying to make sense of things, I mean I'm making sense of things offensively. Like
Yeah.
everything that was coming out of my mouth was something that somewhere someone was going to be pissed about. You can go ahead and tell the details, Scott.
Yeah, maybe that won't be such a good idea then. I don't know. If it's too weird for you guys, we can watch something else. I don't give a
I'm-
shit.
I'm gonna watch The Room tonight. I've never seen The Room.
You've never seen The Room?
No,
Oh,
I have
dude.
not. And
Overrated.
Loudy,
You won't like it as much as Miami Connection, but
no,
yeah.
that one's. I'm waiting to watch that one, dude. So you're what? You're a couple away from
13 shy. at
13
the time of
shy.
this recording. Yeah.
Tap.
So you're
What?
you're 13 shy of 300 on your YouTube channel. I'm 8 shy of 300 on my Facebook page right now. I'm like up to 292 on the Facebook page, and
I'm impressed. That's nice.
I'm at 75 subscribers on my channel right now. So
I'm about to go join just so I can keep unsubscribing and resubscribing just to mess with you.
Just to drive him crazy.
Are you one of those 9 people that do that to me every week?
Yes.
What a dick.
is.
Fucking hippies.
And the worst part is I'm lying about it right now, but he's still gonna believe it.
Yep.
I
I have video of you, Tap, or LMP. Just remember.
What?
Whoa,
Oh,
whoa.
yeah, video of me.
Easy there, Doxer.
Speaking of doxing, dude, that was what I was trying to think of. I was scrolling through Twitter because I actually tweeted that about what the hell were we talking about earlier? Let me find it here. Here's the tweet. The Snyder cut of Justice League is being held at Area 51, and Jimmy Hoffa is watching it. 42 impressions, 5 engagements, and a retweet. But I saw Blair White got doxxed. And for those of you who don't know who Blair White is, or if you do, let me know now. Blair
The
White.
Tucker.
Yes, she's a YouTuber. She's transgender, and she's oddly conservative. But no, she got doxxed tonight. ma'am, it's ma'am. But Blair got doxxed, so that's kind of shitty.
What, like her address or his address, whatever the fuck?
I believe home address, yes. From
Yeah,
that's scary, man. That's scary. That's I had an issue on my Facebook page today. I had to put out a small fire, and it's like I don't want to like start doing the fucking ban hammer, but it's like today like almost put it over the edge a little bit, and I had to get rid of some stuff, and I'm like I haven't got any. I haven't checked the page messages yet, but I'm waiting for the person to either message the page or message me. Because it was stupid. It was over something stupid, and no, I'm like, I knew it was gonna happen. It was kind of wait, not if, but when, so. But yeah, these people doing this shit like that, it's like they take.
Speaking of Twitter and SJWs, I got one sent to me today. Somebody had commented on it, and then they forwarded it to me. Guy's got a blue check mark. His name is Elijah Wolfson. And
that name sounds familiar.
This is what he said, and I'm going to use it in my SJW voice. We counted every line in every Tarantino movie to see how often women talk. This involved me seeing Once Upon a Time 2 nights in a row, furiously making hash marks in a notebook in the dark while getting intermittent death stares from my seat neighbor.
What?
What did he just say? I couldn't understand a damn thing.
We counted every line in every Tarantino movie to see how often women talk. This involved me seeing Once Upon a Time 2 nights in a row, furiously making hash marks in a notebook in the dark while getting intermittent death threats from my seat neighbor.
And your seat neighbor was what?
I bet you that part of it's made up.
Yep,
I believe it too. Yeah, it's so it's.
There was that narrative again.
It's been floating around. They're going after Quentin, being a part of the patriarchy now. So
listen, if that seat neighbor looked anything like me and yelled at you pendejo several dozen times, that probably was the same dick that wouldn't leave me alone during the watching of Spider-Man. So,
dude, I would have fucking pounded him. I get angry in movie theaters. I don't care anymore. The older I get, the crankier I get when people are obnoxious in a movie theater. I will let them know in front of everybody. I was with my brother-in-law once and we were watching a movie and he just straight up just yelled right in the middle, "Shut the fuck up," as loud as he possibly could.
God, you know what I hate the most? There's 2 of them that are like at the very top of the list. And one of the most annoying ones was when I went to go watch The Predator. That movie was garbage. I don't care what anybody said.
It was really
it was straight garbage.
And there was that one guy every freaking minute laughing at everything.
It's a pretty good laugh.
That was a plant, clearly a plant by George Soros.
It clearly was a plant by him. That fucker's trying to fuck with me. But every single minute, I am like, yo, this movie's not even funny. This movie is.
No, it's not. That's that kind of forced humor like that. Just right, it's that awkward forced humor. And besides that, it's supposed to be a fucking Predator movie, not a goddamn rom-com, or a sitcom or.
And if they wanted a rom-com, they should have cast rom-com.
I'm like, seriously, they couldn't. If you're gonna make the Predator into the comedy, can you at least do a much better job at it? Like this is shit level humor. And then the other side, and then the other offender is and it still has been for like the longest, is like that group of teenage girls that screams at every little thing that moves on screen.
Yeah.
As soon as something flashes on screen, and it's
they go see a horror movie and they just sit there and wait to scream. So the jump scares are made strictly for them.
Be like, and then you wonder what, and then
people go see something like Slender Man. Oh my god, it was the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Movies like that are the reason I'm glad Sonic the Hedgehog is getting made, just so I can point to people who have always told me, well, you can't judge a movie until you watch it. And I'm gonna be like, oh, guess what's coming out now, fuckers, and you're gonna go watch it.
Cats. Go see Cats.
You watch Cats?
No, please, no.
Who the fuck asked?
Community, not the furry community.
Who asked to see Jason Derulo and Idris Elba as fucking 6-foot-tall cats? Nobody, goddammit.
Who asked to see The Island of Dr. Moreau as a musical? That's what.
Oh god!
It has violated the law.
bust the deal and
Who
fix
breaks
the
the
wheel.
law goes back to the house of pain.
It must
Listen.
not walketh on all fours.
That movie needs Jesus, is what it needs.
Which one?
Hang on. Let me go out to the garage. Let me go out to the
The
garage. and get
irony
my-
of LMP telling anybody that they need Jesus.
I'll go.
Jesus, right?
Let me get my Virgin de Guadalupe and my
Mr.
Sacred Heart of Mary
grandpa
candles. I'll
was
light them
Hitler.
up. We'll have a vigil.
I was a born again Christian at one point, just so you know.
At one point, it didn't take.
It really was a terrible time in my life. I'd rather not talk
And
about
then
it.
the hentai came in.
But he brings it up.
The hentai never left. It's funny. I actually remember I still had I had a disc left, and I was like, "Huh, what is this?" I popped it back in my computer. I was like, "Oh yeah, I left this in case of emergency, didn't I?" And you can see nothing but hentai files.
He had it hanging on a wall with a little glass over the top of it. And
Break in
Break
case of
in case of
emergency.
emergency.
Break in case of conversion.
oh god!
Listen, I still love you, Jesus.
Oh,
I still love you.
Jesus loves me. Yes, he does. Because he put Skippy in my lunch.
Okay, thank God you left it at that.
Skippy.
That's
It was about to get really weird. It was about to get really weird.
no. I'll stop it at that one.
I'm pretty sure there's got to be somewhere in the world right now. Kendall's senses are tingling. Somebody's talking about the Bible on the fan cast. Sorry, that was a terrible Kendall voice.
good. You'll appreciate the views.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure he watches this show and he tries to act like he doesn't.
Clickbait the shit out of us. Go for it.
Yeah. God damn it! Please just don't click on the show. Just don't click. Oh yeah, you're gonna click, aren't you?
Remember to smash that melee button. Simple request from a simple man.
I got the bug. You see that? Got the bug. I squished it.
I was just say bitch slap the like button. Now I was like that. Get that, got to get that baby powder out. Get that pimp hand up and bitch slap that like button.
Please gently rub the clip button for us.
The clip button. Is that what he said?
Or as George Carlin used to say, but I'm 70 now, or as I like to think of myself, 69 with one thumb up my ass.
I was about to say, when was the last time that happened? Oldest incel.
Yeah. Rub the old man on the boat.
Oh, sure.
Check it out. I'm the man of the boat.
Right.
Glenn Quay.
I think we've digressed into silliness now.
Yeah,
I think we have.
Just
That's
straight
what
nonsense
we're
now.
about. That's what we were always about.
I know.
we've
Well,
devolved into
We
madness.
started to be about the show, but we don't hardly talk about it anymore because we don't have time to listen.
Well, they don't have a
Every
show,
once in a while we talk
show
about
to
it.
talk about. Yeah.
I will say I will admit it as guilty as it makes me sound, but I just rather do other things with my time now. Like let's see.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time
fuck, I
hentai
should've
draws
gone long enough.
near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. Oh, hentai.
Okay, you make fun of it now, but one day in the near future, that will be the only form of entertainment that has been touched by SJWs.
No.
Now you say that.
Oh, trust me. Some of the stuff I watch late at night, the SJWs don't want to go near that.
There's three
They're
certainties
afraid
in
of
life.
that.
All right, death, taxes, and porn will always exist. All right?
Yep. They're not touching the dark corners that I
It might
go.
change a lot and get
Well, here's the
weirder,
thing.
but it'll always be there.
Well, here's the thing: SJWs did actually, and me and Lape actually did a whole episode on it. They did actually get into porn, not to do porn, but they basically infiltrated with their politics and shit. It was the whole August Ames episode that we did.
Oh yeah, I was wondering what the hell you were going after.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
she
I
was.
thought
Yeah, she got harassed and committed suicide.
yeah. Let that sink in. That got no press. That got no backlash against the gay community. But yeah, that actually happened.
Jesus.
Yeah, she. I forget exactly. She had been doing some scenes with somebody, and then some friend of hers was going to be doing them. It was, I forget all of the ramifications. It was, or
Well,
some
this is the
certain
show.
company.
The short
Yeah,
of
and
it.
she said, "Yeah, make sure that you stay protected in a tweet or something." And then there were other
What
people.
it was that and I hate to cut you off, but just
No,
to
yeah,
go through it real quick because I remember the details still.
good.
Of course I would. Basically there was I guess you can call it a coworker, associate, whatever, that was going to do a scene with somebody that with an actor that does both kinds of porn, both gay and straight. And this was around the time that there was a big scare in the porn community because of an STD outbreak. I think it was like an HIV outbreak or something like that. You know how big of a deal that is. So she basically told him, hey, whoever's going to do the scene with this actor who's known for doing this type of work, just keep in mind, be protected. And she received so much shit for it. It was so terrible that there were people doubling down saying that she needed to be educated and basically saying she should feel terrible and everything. The thing is to consider about her was that she already was going, she already had suffered from depression and all sorts of suicidal thoughts. So this was basically a situation where I hate to call it cyberbullying, but it is what it is.
It was cyberbullying.
I just hate it because it's like so overdone, and then when it finally happens, it's like it really is just a tragedy to hear about.
What you're trying to say is it's basically one of those terms that's lost its meaning because now everything is perceived as cyberbullying.
Exactly, and it's like here's
except
this
the
case
real
where
actions.
finally happened.
Right, except the real stuff.
I'll send you guys a quick video of it. I know Medicare covered it real quick, but the reason why I just wanted to get into it was because we're talking about how it's not going to infiltrate. I'm like, well, damn, I forgot. Yes, it did. These were people that doubled down even after her death, saying, well, she just wasn't educated enough, and that's why she took her own life, essentially. So yeah, these people were awful.
They're unhinged. They're completely unhinged.
Yeah.
And if
I can find the video.
Trump wins re-election, they're really going to be going nuts.
I can't wait.
Sure.
I just want the meltdowns. That's all. I don't really care about anything else. I don't watch the news.
Yeah,
I just
we're gonna have some new memes to use.
People are going to be
want
running
memes.
around with cameras, just waiting for the memes to start. Yeah.
No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to sit. I'm going to watch with my sister, and I'm going to videotape her fucking reaction if it goes the way I know it'll go. And yeah, it'll be. Oh my god, it would be like as bad as that girl screaming. No. Oh yeah, dude.
That was not even a girl. We don't even know what that was.
That thing. Well, yeah, like I said, man, my sister fucking wore. She's a huge SJW, and I just got a bit because I get my gimmick from her. She wore a goddamn Hello Kitty Bernie Sanders shirt to my dad's house one night, and we're sitting there and we're looking at her and we're like, oh my god, like
and she did that just for that reaction.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's okay. I have a red hat I wore when I went to her house the one day. So she was like, she told me to get out. I'm like, did Dad tell you to get out with that fucking Bernie Sanders shirt on? I don't think so. I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna put my feet up on your sofa. Fuck your couch. I paid for it.
Fuck your couch.
I was like, fuck your couch. I paid for it. According to your Lord and Master, I can come in and put my feet on your sofa because it's part mine. You have to share. I'm like, there you go, honey. That's
you say ours, comrade. It's ours, comrade.
Ours, comrade. In Soviet Russia, road forks you. That's the way it goes.
I miss that guy.
Yakov Smirnoff.
Yakov Smirnoff. Yep.
That's like one of my favorite Family Guy
cutaways. I love this country.
All right. Well, I sent you guys a video on chat. So if you want to watch it and basically see what happened and what their reaction was, this is pretty much a good summary. And yeah, it was a terrible thing, and it lasted like 3 whole days, like the bullying. And then on the last day, she puts out that tweet about she's just basically done and done with it all. And they find her I think she committed suicide by hanging after they did like a wellness check just to see if she was all right or something like that. I forgot that little bit of detail, but it was really a tragic story. It really fucking stuck with me too.
Now we're gonna end on such a downer.
Well, she did down a lot of things too, guys.
Buzz Killington.
Did I ever tell you about
the tragedy?
It was one her reaction to
Darth Plagueis the Woke. Have I told you the tragedy
Woke bitch.
of Darth Plagueis?
Oh man, I remember like back again during the days of Gamergate. Yeah, what
Gay
happened was
man.
I used to play this I used to do this character voice thing where I would play the super hyper Mexican voice with debating SJWs, and it would be like, but Senora Sarkeesian, like I don't understand the patriarchy,
Jesus.
and people would look at me like, what the hell is wrong with you?
This is-
Oh, Anita Sarkeesian. She can eat a big fat. What?
I don't know why people said she was pretty. I was like,
No, that bitch is not pretty.
okay, like we could understand the
like
reason.
I was hard up or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, I used to listen to a guy on YouTube called Thunderfoot before because I found this stuff somewhat interesting.
Yeah.
This guy
Oh,
had
yeah.
like
I
a
heard him.
massive hard on for her, even more so than what's his name turn off that pesky boulder because we gotta watch out for him.
Ad blocker guy.
Yeah, we gotta
Monday
watch
Matt.
out for him. If you mentioned his name, now he's gonna show up.
Oh, so if you turn off the lights and look into a mirror and say his name 3 times, he just appears.
Watch, we're gonna get flagged now.
With a bunch of boulders in his
Copyright.
hands.
We're gonna get flagged for copyright just because we said his
yeah.
name.
I tried to
Probably.
do that. I tried to do that in the chat with Lape the one day. I was like, Brian Lape. I'm like, I was like, I'm standing in the bathroom with the lights off. Is it gonna work?
Sorry to disappoint you.
He's
Now,
gonna appear.
guys.
He's gonna appear with some protein powder and a craft beer.
Now, guys, you have to support Anisia Sarkeesian because that eyebrow
Anisia.
laugh ain't gonna pay for itself.
Yeah, she wanted like a
Respect
shitload
the
of money
women.
for a Discord. I'm like, we started a Discord like nothing. It was jack.
Yeah,
We were
Dumb
running that
bitch.
shit the other night, weren't we?
I ran Discord, which is fucking scary. If my dumb ass can do it.
Yeah,
I mean, that says a lot,
Pete's idea
so-
running Discord is like, oh, which cord? Discord or Discord?
That's it. That's it right there, bro. I'm not even joking, Adam. I've told you that 100 times. I'm like, I'm retarded when it comes to this
All
stuff.
good,
I'm
dude.
like,
It's all good.
I don't have any idea. Like I said, up until last year, I had a goddamn Samsung Galaxy S4 until I got mad and took the screen and smashed it off the console of my truck when the battery died.
Wait,
I like
an
my
S4?
S10.
Like how far back in technology were you, sir?
No, I had I had my
His
Galaxy
phone
S4.
had an antenna. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
I
No,
miss antennas on phones.
it was. I mean, it was like I got it in 2014 when it was new, so I had it for 4 years.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't seem like a long time, but when you think about how
In
fast
technology standards, that's 100 years.
Yes, it really is.
That is
I was
like
always kind of mad they never perfected the Maxwell Smart shoe phone.
shoe phone.
I
I
would
know.
love to have a shoe phone.
Sports Illustrated used to sell. Didn't they sell a football phone? Or they gave one away with a subscription.
Yeah, I had a basketball phone once.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's kids at
I had a
home.
burger phone.
There's kids at home. It's funny, man. We're talking about phones. You know, those phones that have cords on them. My kid has these little flashcards that he's getting ready to go to preschool. So like I'm doing these little flashcards with him, and there's like a telephone with a cord on it and like a stand. And he's looking at that, and he got puzzled, and he's like, he looks at it, he's like,
nope.
he was like-
nope.
and he looks and he goes, headphones. And I'm like, it's a telephone. And he like looked at me. And so we have like,
beep, 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 beep. Nope.
that was it, man. So it's like you have to like show him and explain what a telephone with a cord is because there's a generation of kids that don't know what the fuck that is. Which is
Yep.
That's kind of sad.
Which was fast, wasn't it? That's pretty quick.
Next thing you know, you'll have to explain to him what a telegraph was.
Yeah.
I'm not that goddamn old. I'm not Lape. Settle down.
Well, no, you'll never be as old as Lape.
Smoke signals.
Be like, this is paper. We write on it.
Message in a bottle.
This is
Yes,
called-
but I did remember phones that, instead of just pushing buttons, you actually had to put your finger in a hole. and
We
then
had a
turn
rotary
it.
Yeah, that's what
Rotary.
she said.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had a rotary phone growing up, and we had a party line too. You remember those party lines where you could like you just pick up the phone and there might be somebody else in another house talking. You have to hang up and shit. Yep, we had one
Yeah,
of
because
those.
you live out in the middle of freaking nowhere.
I do, man. I
Yeah,
do.
I never had a party line that I remember. If I had a party line, it would have been in the early '60s when I was just born, or late '60s when I was just born.
Oh yeah, man.
Because
Like I
even
said,
in the '70s in Tennessee, out in Seymour, Tennessee, with one stoplight, we had our own phone line.
no, not in the 1980s and fucking.
Let me ask you this:
Merritt,
which one of you
Michigan.
guys' national anthem went like this? Near.
Not mine. We didn't have an national anthem. We just said the NRA pledge in the morning.
You guys were cool then.
We just pledged our allegiance to the Texas flag, not the U.S. flag.
Yeah, that's it too. That's it. You're like, fuck it. We're big enough to be our own country anyway.
We'll do it again if we have to.
We're bigger than most third world countries. Fuck it. Come get some.
Right.
They're like, we beat Mexico once and we'll do it again. Well, actually,
and we got more guns.
Yeah. Holy shit.
No, dear Lord. I don't want to go.
Are there any other geopolitical issues we're going to solve this evening?
We could try.
Just make some more movies.
Yeah, I know. Can we make a Taken crossover with Hostel?
Oh shit!
Awesome.
That's like pretty fucking dark and violent, but could we do that?
We're gonna bring back Liam Neeson, right?
Oh yeah.
And then the plot twist is he's the one doing the taking.
Yes. Yes. Bryon
is
Mills.
only one of them.
Bryon Mills goes fucking evil, and he's basically like Jigsaw. Except, I don't know. We have to give him his own little like nuance.
Speaking of Jigsaw, anybody saw that last one that came out?
I have not.
Nope.
I've only ever seen the first one of those.
I went to see everyone in the theater up until like they started to like splinter into like madness. I think it was like the first five I saw in the theaters.
They were putting those fuckers out like 2 a year, weren't they?
No, it was like every Halloween around there. They did one for about 7-8 years, I think it was.
They're gonna do that with Halloween again.
The last one essentially was kind of like a reboot / continuation of sorts, if you want to think of it that way.
Yep.
And
it was a desperation for more money, in other words.
No, and it really wasn't that bad. It actually was a lot better than the last ones that came out prior to it. They did a much better job with the story and the plot twist in the end. But yeah, it basically started getting absurd at around 4 and 5.
4. They were just a dumpster fire at that point, man. Like they were bad. They were messy. They were all over the place. Yeah, I still like, what's his name? Tobin Bell that plays Jigsaw. I can't get over. He did a guest appearance in Seinfeld, and he kind of gets into a fight with Newman and George at one point. And I was like, I could just see him torturing Newman and George. Just Newman sitting there under the lights, and he's got like, you know what I mean, just torturing Costanza and fucking Newman. He takes him to the back room and shackles him back there and throws a donut out.
What the fuck?
He's trying to eat George.
No idea what's going on anymore.
I don't know. I have no clue. But I've never heard LMP laugh that hard.
Yeah.
It
must be damn hilarious.
Breathe, man.
Congratulations, you just killed LMP.
Right? That was the goal.
Yo, I'm tapping out. Like, I
didn't know that was possible.
Like, for the Raptors will go for the bell.
No, that's all I heard.
I understood like one word of that.
It sounded like he was speaking in tongues.
Okay, let me say that again.
No.
Like, I'm tapping out. Like, you know, like in wrestling, how they just out, but there's no ref to call the bell.
Yep.
That was me just now. Like, yo, I just like pictured that entire scene in my.
You know what I'm talking about, then.
Fan Caste.
I never
Fucking making me laugh now.
See, we're not gonna end on a downer.
God bless you, Pete.
One of my cutaways paid off, baby.
Oh God!
Right.
There was always going to be a day at some point.
Oh God! my lungs.
Let's do the Hall of Fame and get out of here before the mood changes again.
Okay.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh God! My lungs.
And it's funny. I chose this young lady actually before the show. I was looking at stuff, and I didn't know how apropos it was going to be. So we're going back to Asians, hot Asian. She's from Japan.
Yes.
Saaya, I guess, or Saaya Irie is her name. And just be careful when you look for pictures because she's done acting.
There was another. Oh, my lungs.
She's a gravure idol. What is gravure? I don't know what that means. Right, models for magazines. Oh, okay, we looked it up before. But anyway, born in 1993. So there you go. I don't know what her measurements are because I didn't look it up. You want to know that
God
too?
damn it! You had one job.
One job. I mean, Pete did his by making
That's all
Pete
you
laugh.
had to do all night.
Yeah, that's all I had to do.
Hello, Kramer.
No one had to keep letting Pete back in the door.
Would you like to
Full-time
play
job
a
itself.
game?
Now wait, hold the phone. This cannot be real.
What?
This cannot be. I'm gonna have to. No way. I'm gonna
How
look
do you
at.
spell her name?
Wait, what are you trying to tell us? Like, I'm busy here dying of laughter, like literally dying of laughter right now.
Yeah.
I think I might have even coughed out something because I feel like I'm bleeding or something from the throat. Oh God, that's how hard I freaking laughed.
That's what she said.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm single again. So.
Oh no.
Okay, so. Yeah, see, that's not right. I thought so. Or I read it right.
What?
Yeah, see, one site says she's 4 feet tall, and I'm like, no. I know she's short, but not that short. So the other site says she's 4'11 3/4. Don't forget the 3/4. 33F. Size 2 dress.
Okay, can I
size
see
5
photos
shoe.
of this right now?
All right,
Yeah, let me
she's,
activate screen share.
she's a fucking mermaid.
All right, how am I supposed to spell this name?
Well, do you want me to screen share with everybody and God?
I mean, you
Sure.
could just.
Yeah.
God is going to sit this one out, Brian.
I'm
Hey,
on my own.
Like the dude that played Stryker said in the end of 30, that part of 30 Days a Night. God, there's no God here.
This is my favorite line from The Punisher. God's going to sit this one out.
Indeed. Yep.
So,
Yeah, okay.
Don't kick anyone out late.
Groovinator approved.
Yep. Yeah. She's definitely. I'll take. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hot Asian.
Definitely.
I'm in love.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
And let's see if I can.
Was she channeling Rayman just now?
Yep. Gotta see Wapner.
This is the.
God, that's a movie that made me cry at the end.
Oh, dude, that fucking movie's sad.
That's what I'm
That
saying.
is.
That movie at the end just fucking. I was talking about that with Dave, like how emotional of a movie that makes you at the end. You just go from seeing the character Tom Cruise being an asshole in the beginning to just doing a complete redemption arc at the end, and it's like, fuck, I need a minute. Like, I just need to no. I'm
Are you
not
talking about
crying.
Vanilla Sky?
He needs an adult.
Vanilla Sky was bad. Was it Vanilla Sky or The Minority Report? Aren't those kind of like?
No, Vanilla Sky is the bad one. Minority Report is awesome.
The Minority Report's fun.
Vanilla Sky is the one with
Is that Nicole Kidman?
Cameron Diaz was in it for a hot minute too.
Is Nicole Kidman in Minority Report?
No.
No.
Is that Vanilla Sky or what the fuck was that other one? Was God damn it.
Nicole Kidman was in Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut. That's one. Because at the end of the movie, she's like, you know what we should do more? Fuck. And that's the end of the movie. I'm like, wait, just what? Wait. And that was the whole Illuminati thing and all that.
That movie, I laughed so hard watching that one, man.
Just remember that movie.
I don't know why. It's not supposed to be a comedy, but I laughed through that.
I went to the theater and saw that with my girlfriend, and I was sitting there. I'm like, why did I waste money on this? You could have been blowing me. This is ridiculous.
You know, another one that unintentionally made me bust out laughing, man, was The Ring, the original Ring.
Oh yeah, that was
when that bitch crawled out of the TV set.
Yep.
I'm like, are you fucking serious right now?
I looked at that. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is supposed to be scary.
Man. I was watching that in the dark in the middle of the night in the room, and I sat up and laughed my head off when that happened. I'm like,
I'll tell you one that was an unintentional comedy for me. It was that movie Ready Player One. That shit was just like, okay. And there were so many scenes in that movie. I was like, is this for real? And then when people called it a masterpiece, I was like, what movie were you watching? I was laughing.
It was all right, but it wasn't a masterpiece by any stretch of the means.
I haven't even seen that yet.
Actually.
Is it worth watching?
It's not as good as Once Upon a Time.
Once, but that's about it.
All right, so I'll walk down to the video store and rent it. And check it out.
You and your kid can watch it. It's pretty tame. Yeah,
he'd probably dig that. You know, it seemed like it's pretty colorful and shit. He'll probably dig that.
It's not hard to follow. Yeah,
it's not. I'll put it to you like this: it's basically two different movies going on at the same time. If you really think of it that way, one of them is really good. The other one is just so like over the top. Like there's
the other one is the Last Jedi.
You think they're LARPing.
The other one is the Last Jedi. Oh no. Oh.
That's why I called it LARPing simulator, because that's basically what it was.
LARPing simulator. Yeah.
Oh, you mean professional wrestling?
Yeah. There you go.
That's
Oh,
I tell.
hey. We respect the art of professional wrestling here, sir.
Hey, so do I. I did it for 9 years, but
I know.
At the end of the day, and I would say this in the locker room because, like, I found myself guilty of this. You start taking yourself too seriously, especially like me being a heel. Like we took ourselves way too seriously at times, and I'm just like, well, first of all, we started. I was like, fuck it, we were drunk every match anyway. But after that, it was like. No, I was Scott Hall. I'm not even joking. When I tell people my gimmick was based on Scott Hall, like I lived that shit. Like I would come down to the ring if I was drinking a bottle of Gatorade, it had half fucking filled with Grey Goose vodka in it, and I was losing the goose every time I got in the ring. I spit vodka up in the air one time. They thought it was goddamn water. But no, I said, we're grown ass men in tights who are play fighting. So let's not take ourselves too seriously. None of us are making millions of dollars on Monday nights.
Yeah,
so,
Jason Momoa.
Yeah. And
Nobody's saving Hawaii.
What he said.
All these goddamn, I was laughing because Jason Momoa is so fucking big. So I looked up how big he was when he played Aquaman. He's like my height. He's 6'3", but he was like 215 pounds. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I was like, when I was wrestling.
Are you sure? That's what I weigh.
It was like 215 or 220, but he's like carrying low body fat, so he looks more cut. But I was like, when I was in my like the last time I weighed in when I wrestled, I was like 245. I was like, he's a fucking little munchkin.
I mean, I'm probably short. I'm definitely shorter than him, but I weigh more than he does. So,
but yeah, I was like,
doesn't mean much to me.
I was like, he ain't that fuck. Like, I was like, he's not that big. It was like Chris Hemsworth. They were like, he was only like 220 when he played Thor. I'm like, he looks bigger though because he's got that low body fat. But Hemsworth is a big dude. He's like 6'3". So he's got a more imposing. But Momoa's like there too. He's like 6'2" or 6'3". So he's not a little guy, but they get so leaned out that and he's like honestly like being like I've seen that like from bodybuilding and shit, like being darker skinned like he looks more cut and he looks bigger. It's the way the lighting shit plays, dude. It's crazy. But like I said, that's why he looks so big because he's just lean the fuck out. He's got that dark look to him and it makes his muscles pop more.
Yeah. And the camera had 20 pounds.
What's that?
I thought he was Roman Reigns for a second.
Roman Reigns. He was talented, Roman Reigns. Shit.
Yeah. You heard about that? He almost died too, Roman Reigns recently.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like I don't want to knock that man because of what he's been through, and I do respect him, but it's like, dude, you're not like.
He's not gonna be the guy, but
no, he doesn't. He doesn't have that. You need like that, like, and everybody hates on John Cena, but goddamn it, John Cena had that thing. He had that.
Yeah,
he did, but the thing about everybody knocks him, but the dude does like make a wish. He has granted more wishes for more sick kids than like anybody, which to me is like I respect that. As he can be as shitty of an actor as he wants.
Ended when you said so, Brian. Now I know it's a wrestling chat.
All right, we're done. I'll stop talking about wrestling.
Save it for the ring.
The wrestling cast, ladies and gentlemen.
This is why Loudy can't be invited back on because apparently I get him started.
Him and I like have a lot of like conversations like that during the day. I'm like, I gotta take care of the kid.
Yeah. LMP, Loudy, and Pete ought to bring
wrestling cast. Yeah, do your own high council for wrestling. Yeah.
We can probably do that. It's not like I don't stream 4 nights a week anyway, so why not make it fucking 5?
We'll have a show.
Just ask Jeff if you can have his Ring Rust channel.
Yeah, man, I was gonna make up my own channel named Ring Rust.
Jeff, we've been waiting to do a wrestling stream, and Jeff and I have talked about that. So that is in the works. We are just waiting for the right time to do that. So,
not be in California.
Yeah, he's got to not be in California. I talked to him today. Actually, we were messaging back and forth, and I just kind of thanked him for the shout out last night on the show, and the very kind words. And I was joking around with him. I says, "Hey, I was like, don't forget us in these flyover states out here, out there in Hollywood." And he was like, "No, I'll be back. I'm coming home." I was like, I couldn't see him living in California permanently. I've never met Jeff, but he just does not seem like that would be. Nah.
No.
Nah.
No. I think he'd get tired of it in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, let's really wind this up and put a bow on it. Thank you so much. Yeah, Nicole coming, Days of Thunder, Vanilla Sky. The Vanilla Sky was a redo of so Penelope Cruz, I believe, was in Vanilla Sky, and she was also in the original Spanish version, which was much better. I forget what the name of it was. Wake Up Now or Wake Up or something. But anyway.
Get the fuck up.
I have been your host, Brainmuffin, for episode 92 of the Fan Caste, and I will upload the thumbnail and all that other stuff as soon as it lets me, and make all the links and all that back in the yard. Joining me tonight has been back. So LMP, you coming back for good, or you just slumming tonight?
I don't know. Let's see what the future holds, gentlemen.
All right, we'll say good evening.
Oh, damn, I have nothing. Guys, yes, LMP.
All right.
All right, just get back to me.
I'll back to you next. You
Eat your vegetables.
Eat your vegetables.
Concentrate in the prayers and the vitamins, brother.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it. In the immortal words of the king of a character in King of the Hill, Tu eres puerco.
Okay, Long
There
Dick.
you go, Peggy Hill.
Say good night.
Is he not going to say anything?
Who?
You.
It.
Oh, I thought you were still talking about
You said
LMP.
long dick. That's what you
He
get
said
for
long
putting
dick,
that
that's
name.
Oh, I wasn't
Putting
paying
the answer
attention.
to it.
I was
That
listening to
motherfucker-
LMP anyway. Yes,
He ain't
about
never
a
been
big
called
dick.
that before.
Especially by a guy.
Good night.
It was a typo. It meant to say long for dick.
Okay, Raiders.
All right. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you sub to my channel. I'm adding a lot of extra new content. I've got reviews of bad movies called Cynical Cyborg Cinema. I've got mad movie moments where I basically take a scene from a bad movie and just talk about it for a second. And also got a review for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I will have a written review up soon. So check out all of those. Thank you.
All right, Pete, take us out.
All right. I am E-Temple Queen of the Place to Be Reviews. Please go over and subscribe. We're at 75 right now, trying to get to that 100 mark. Go over like the Facebook page, The Place to Be Reviews. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm like Visa, MasterCard, everywhere you want to be. Thank you so much for joining us this evening on the Fan Cast. And I'm going to shut up and toss it back to the man himself, Cook Muffin, Bryon.
All right. Yes. Thank you very much. And you can find me as Bryon Lape on YouTube. And I'm in the process of doing different types of videos. I'm getting kind of sick of some of the ones that actually have gotten me subscribers, but I'm trying some things a little bit differently.
Amen.
And but I still have. I don't want to do a couple things about like your weekly.
There it is.
Perfect.
Your woke update.
Awareness.
Right on time as always.
And so you can check it out over there, and trying to stay above 1,500. Dagnabbit. And so
Everybody go and subscribe real quick.
go subscribe and yeah,
I'm about to go
give me
unsubscribe
the
right now.
2,000 first, and then you can unsubscribe for a few days and mess with me like you do Jeremy. But thanks everybody who has been listening. Chris Wicks, I think, is still around. He might be the only one actively listening, but we thank you for all our listeners.
Thank you
so
There's like
much.
6
Thank
people in
you.
chat.
Kevin News never came back, did he?
No.
You
My
missed
type
it?
of dudes is never coming back because he's busy doing his namesake.
Do you long for tapping dudes?
Unnamed, I think.
Asking for a friend.
Unnamed Ghoul, we shut him down right at the beginning. He tried to troll us in the beginning, but I think he didn't like me doing SJW impressions of his fucking comments, so he shut
Yeah,
up.
he's never going to respond back after that.
Yeah. At some point, we'll figure out who some of our
Yeah.
Hey, look, I know some of these people are trolling us and everything, but hey, they're here listening, so
They're
I don't
clicking
mind.
and they're listening. Yep.
Yep. Thanks for
It's all
listening.
fun. It's all fun
Yep.
and games.
It's all fun and games until
Thanks.
someone loses an eye.
Thanks for hanging out, Chris.
Thanks, everybody, and we will see
Bye.
you next week. Bye.
Bye.
The train whistle.
Woo woo. It's the
I hope
woke.
that takes care of those SOBs.
Sound
Woo!
the woke horn.
Those
European
SOPs.
European siren.